Guys, we had a female in our fantasy league who sent out a picture of herself removing a piece of clothing after every win. Looks like if Doug did this, he would have won.
Does it look that way? Anyone?
No.
Whoa. Matt Forte. So you won on Matt Forte. We got a bunch of points in the mop-up time. A man of integrity wouldn't accept those Forte mop-up
No, I had one long before mop-up time. Oh, gosh, I had one long before mop-up time. Oh, heaven's sakes, of course, I could refund a point or two. Let me see exactly how many points I could refund before I say that. Because I do want to refund.
Tim was just saying, because I stopped by, but they were running Forte and mop-up time, causing some concern, some questions.
John Gruden, who signed his extension through 2021 with ESPN, and he was making the observation that this is bizarre that they are running the football down by 2 scores.
Yeah, well, I would be willing to refund approximately 8 points.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So instead of winning 97 to 98, I would win like 89 to 88. I guess I could do that.
Doug, come over tonight. We'll pray, and I'll totes make you better. That's from Bunchy Donovan's priest.
I don't need any priest right now.
Well, counseling might help, though.
I need a computer programmer to check on some of the
maybe you just need to contract out your fantasy football to someone who kind of knows what they're doing.
No, I don't think so.
Prod Joe shouldn't accept points scored in mop-up time. Thanks, Sam Bradford. It is producer Joe's big thing on Bradford. Everything was in mop-up time, and yet there it is. Yeah. Mop-up time gets him to the championship game.
And he's going to accept it?
Well, we don't know that yet.
I keep expecting a phone call or a text apologizing for what happened and for those points to be refunded.
So that still could happen.
I think it probably should happen. Boy, if he's a man of integrity.
I had it wrong. You're not a griper. You're a man of character.
Yeah. This is just what I would do.
Bye.
It's up to Joe.
Why did you have to bring, like, the country and the president into it when things went south?
That's what you say when things don't go your way. You say things like, thanks, Obama. You say, where's Al Sharpton now?
Nice.
And those seem like appropriate things to say last night when Cutler's going crazy in mop-up time.
Try this, dang it.
Dang it? Yeah, that works a little bit.
Dang it, Cutler.
Doug, when you lose countless times over the course of your life, one would think you might better know how to handle it. Big Blonde Dan.
Big Blonde Dan, the big Swede, the big raw-boned Swede. He didn't need to text into here.
Guys, your thoughts on Connie Britton? Look her up. Thanks. Hashtag potent potable.
Connie Britton? Do you know who that is?
No.
She was on Friday Night Lights, and she's on that show about country music. Is it called Nashville?
She was also in Spin City.
She's in Spin City.
And I can't hear.
Willie, you can't hear?
There we go. I had my headphones in the other.
Hey, I see Alpina's back.
He is.
Alpina's back, and you're gonna be.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Alpina, I might have to stop following you on Twitter. It's just too many passionate sports takes.
Too many?
You don't seem to be real high on Johnny Manziel.
I just think, he is what he is. He is what he is. He's 5'11". He's kind of like a cocky frat boy. I don't know. Just don't like him.
Doug, there that is.
It was just one game.
Based on one game, you're
No. I'm basing the frat boy hatred on everything that he's kind of been, like his whole...
So you don't like frat guys? I mean, that seems like that's the core of the issue.
I was a frat guy.
So was I. So was Tim.
But did you do money signs?
Doug?
Well, I didn't have any money.
Nothing's changed.
I did on my computer printouts.
You did?
Yeah.
You did? That's good. That's good. I don't know. I just think that, do you think that he's the answer in Cleveland? Not that there's any answer in Cleveland?
We're not going to get into that.
Hey, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled-high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 7, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalitas.
Doug Vaughn here, along with the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, we've always known that you're the place to go for mortgage. Now we understand that you're going up into the mountains to sing, to kind of do a The Hills Are Alive, Sound of Music type of thing. What in the world's going on?
Big one down in South America. I'm taking a team to climb the tallest mountain in South America, over 20,000 feet. We'll be down there for a while raising money for St. Jude. Really excited for that. Have another one coming in Colorado. We're raising money for Girls on the Run, and we're always looking for additional ways to raise money for other partners. Come and join us. Learn more today at keepclimbingfoundation.org.
Tullamore Dew is one of the best known and most loved Irish whiskeys in the world. Founded in 1829 in the town of Tullamore and inspired by early owner Daniel E. Williams, whose initials live on each bottle to this day. As one of the world's top 2 Irish whiskeys, Tully prides itself on exceptional liquid quality. The original triple blend of malt whiskey, grain whiskey, and pot still whiskey come together to create an unrivaled taste and character like no other in the category. Tullamore Dew, Irish whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons, Inc., New York, New York. Please enjoy Tullamore Dew responsibly.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. This is 105.7 HD2 FM, TMASTL.com, YouTube.com/TMASTL. We're in our Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour from the Michelob Ultra Studios. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, Action Jackson, Virgin Pringle Sauce Boss, and the Plowhawk is on the 1s and 2s. And Doug, let's get right into it.
Oh, well, you get into it. I'm not going to be able to get into much of anything, as down as I am after another loss by the National League. 9 in a row. I can't pick myself up by the bootstraps just quite yet. Can I have some time to recover, please? Is that asking a lot? Been less than, 12 hours or so?
Okay, fine. I'll read a text. This says, upload the podcast, you mother.
Why won't they upload it? I don't
sent in, I don't know, it's at the top of my email.
Yeah. And they call him a mother?
Yeah, you mother, but stop short of using F-ness.
Okay.
You'd think you'd be happy, Doug. Helsley looked good. Goldschmidt hit a home run.
Well, I wasn't happy at all.
What do you care about the other people?
Well, because I want to see the National League win.
Why?
Because my team plays in the National League.
So what?
So that's why I hope they win.
Dumb.
That's wrong to root for my team?
You
Why would I want someone to beat the Cardinals?
They didn't beat the Cardinals. They beat a bunch of exhibition guys from the National
Cardinals
League.
Were on the team.
The National League plays for the fans, not the money. The American
League plays for the money. No. That's probably exactly right.
I don't even think the players in the National League team care if they lost.
I don't know.
I'd agree with that part.
And what's the
No
deal
one
with
cares.
What's the deal with the uniforms? Come on. What a big swing and a miss that was.
Actually,
It helped recruiting.
I don't think it
Oh
did.
God, yeah, anthracite.
One of the beautiful things about the All-Star game is seeing all the different uniforms.
I don't think they've been doing that for a while. I thought they wore these uniforms.
It reached a new low. I thought it was just terrible last night. Why wouldn't you wear your uniform?
Doesn't sell more apparel.
John Hamm bought one. I thought it was one of the Cardinal giveaways.
I didn't like it. They all look alike. They're not supposed to look alike. They're supposed to represent their team.
And the fans.
And the fans who they play for. Not the bank that sponsored the uniforms.
I'm 100% with wearing your own jersey, your own team jersey,
Absolutely.
road or home, depending on what your team is. It just seems like it's the better move.
But then again, it doesn't sell more jerseys. The idea is to sell more jerseys, and these are new jerseys.
Maybe stop the blackout rules.
Maybe just
like the priorities for Major League Baseball is all jacked up.
I don't imagine there was a whole lot of people running out buying those jerseys after last night's game. I can't believe that'd be the case.
Oh,
and wouldn't there have been some that would have bought jerseys of their favorite team after last night?
Didn't they have Cardinals on the front? They just have Nationals on the front.
Well, they had Cardinals, but they all looked the same. The writing was all the same for all the teams, same color.
But there's some you're talking about you rooted for your team.
I did.
All right, well, somebody in Washington, they like that gold jersey. They'd say Nationals across, or whatever they're called now. They still call the Nationals?
They are, yeah. Always have been.
All right. Maybe Cleveland. They went about the Guardians because it says Guardians on it.
Well, they'd probably buy a Guardians jersey that has some red in
But
it.
this is different. This is a gold, from what I was told. I didn't see the game.
I didn't watch a minute of it.
I saw John Hamm had one on and actually commented to Derek Gould's tweet, is that one of the Cardinal giveaways? Because it looked like it was just so tightly fit, like, you can't ask for a size.
Yeah.
Those are the All-Stars, so they're gold. So there'll be some people who go out and buy that.
I doubt it. Very few.
Who cares?
Few.
Next year, maybe they'll just wear jeans and they'll wear shirts with cut-off sleeves.
Probably. If you're going to spend $150 on a jersey, I'm guessing you're buying your team's jersey. You're not buying that All-Star jersey.
All right.
Wow, Iggy's exhausted.
And another thing. I miss Joe Buck. This guy last night didn't have a whole lot of energy, and he and Smoltz sounded a lot alike. Sometimes you couldn't tell which one was talking. I think part of the reason the game was so boring is because we didn't have Joe Buck up in there.
Who was doing it?
Joe
Darnell
Davis?
Coles? Yes, Darnell Coles.
Joe Davis? I'm just not sure he's a big enough name to be their main network broadcaster. Don't you want a familiar voice up there to make it feel like a big event? Joe Buck had that big game sound. It sounded like any other game you'd ever hear last night.
How many sideline reporters?
Big Poppy was one of them.
Yeah, he went through the dugout.
Yeah. God bless it. They tried too hard.
Yeah.
Interviewing the pitcher while he's pitching, I thought that was a little much.
Like I said, they didn't even care if they won or lost. You're the only one who cared.
I guess I was. I'm all for trying new things, and it's kind of fun to hear the players talking during the game. But I think when a pitcher's looking in for the sign and they're asking him questions, I think that's a little too much. It just makes it seem like they're just goofing around out there instead of playing a game.
It's a fun exhibition. You don't get that yet?
Well, the guys were throwing 100 miles an hour.
Well, it's not like they're not trying, but they don't care. They're having fun.
What Helsley get clocked at? 103?
Yeah.
That's dirty.
Yeah.
It's gas.
Goldie hit a home run, then got benched.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on out there?
Nice. Clip that
Where's
off.
our announcer? Where's our uniforms? We had our cleanup hitter hit a ball about 425 feet in the seats, and they take him out. What the hell's happening out there?
Doug, they're interviewing the pitcher.
Leave him alone. Can you let him concentrate for just a moment?
It's like
Finally gets to the All-Star game, and he's got guys asking, well, what do you think you're going to... I'm trying to pitch here.
You guys should wear TMA uniforms. A nice tight pant, a sexy crop top, and maybe a nice choker fashioned from seashells.
Oh.
It's like Little League, Doug. Exhibition. Everybody's got to play.
I understand that. Some guys got 3 at-bats.
The interviews were great. Doug is old. That's from the
I
573.
don't know. Some of them were kind of fun.
Can I ask this? Because I really didn't pay attention.
Wow, can Iggy ask this or not?
I don't. Yeah, sure. I didn't want the game. I didn't want the game.
Well, either did I.
Okay.
And it'll sound dumb, but I really didn't pay attention to who got voted in, who was starting, who made the team. I thought Albert was just there for the home run derby. How was he in the All-Star game?
Well, the commissioner now has a pick of one outstanding legacy-type player.
Oh, okay. So the commissioner put him in.
Yeah, they picked Miguel Cabrera and Albert Pujols.
Okay.
Neither, actually, this year deserving of an All-Star appearance, but because they're both first-ballot Hall of Famers, they were invited.
Okay. I saw that he got an at-bat, and I said, I didn't even know he was in the game. I thought he was just there for the home run derby.
Guys, what did Janet think? Thanks. That's from Stephen Wildwood. That reminds me that he made an appearance yesterday in the Mic Drop song Balloon Party.
Oh.
And I got the sense, Jackson, that a number of the listeners were not happy with Steve's mic drop.
No. Some of them didn't get the bit.
Did he do his
I
tired
wouldn't
of it?
describe it as a bit. I've been doing this 2 decades. I don't think I've done any bits, and I like to try to keep my keep my scorecard clean.
I was talking about Steve's bit. Steve's kind of play on...
Well, I didn't know what he was doing initially. You just told me we had a Stephen Wildwood, and then I'm like, oh, we got to have... Now that Stephen Wildwood's in the mic drops. Do we have that audio?
Give me a moment.
Did he do his like you would email?
No, I thought when Jackson said we have a Stephen Wildwood, I thought it was going to be a tired of it, which would probably get like a 90% approval rating. I also understand, I didn't hear this, I don't know if this was during the game or post-game, but Juan Soto on if he had spoken to Albert about his current situation. What do we got?
No. Hit the liver palsy.
Did you have a conversation with Albert Pujols about all the stuff going on with you?
I mean, I talked to him, I talked with everybody, but, you know, everything that we talk, we got to keep it private because we talk a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I can understand that, you know, but A lot of the guys have a similar experience in their career, so it makes sense that you would lean on them.
Yeah, definitely.
Does that sound like Greg Amsinger and Juan Soto?
Yeah,
definitely Amsinger.
You got to keep it private.
Gotta keep it
I
private.
understand that.
Absolutely. Doug, I did a series of Gallup polls yesterday.
I voted on a couple.
You can't unless it's.
Oh, you
done
did
by
vote on some of the
I voted
Gallup
on
polls?
two of them. I know that. Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Here are the current results. You still can vote at my essentially dormant Twitter account, T. McKernan, that tweets basically only about Chris Nagel and the LSU mom gif.
I see that all the time.
Do you believe the St. Louis Cardinals will trade for Juan Soto between now and the trade deadline? Point of this is to convey to the straw man people who are like, well, all these fans are going to be upset when the Cardinals don't get Juan Soto. My belief is most Cardinal fans do not believe the Cardinals will get Juan Soto. 88.2% of the 1,400 votes say they do not believe the Cardinals will get Juan Soto. Now, that's different than do you want the Cardinals? And that's the next question. Do you want the Cardinals to trade for Juan Soto before this year's trade deadline if the trade would mean sending a minimum of 3 top prospects to the Nationals? And more than 30% say they do not want the Cardinals to trade for Juan Soto. That's the one that's going to get the Plowhawk going, I think.
But that's 70% do.
But about 1 out of 3 don't.
Yeah.
You're a 23-year-old. You won a World Series. You're probably on, going to consistently hit 35 and 100. Batting average may differ. Like, it should be 100% that anybody should want Juan Soto because nobody knows what the trade package will be. I think you put 3 top prospects in the Gallup poll. And
Yes, that's how I wanted to frame it.
I mean, Mason Wynn and Jordan Walker, solid players, could have good careers. But I think the key to that is could have. I mean, Jordan Walker in a perfect world will be what Juan Soto is. I mean, so why take that risk? I know cost control, and that's huge for the Cardinals, but that should be a no-brainer. It doesn't really, up to a point, 3 prospects, if you're not trading anybody off your major league team, that's a no-brainer. I just do not understand it.
Right.
I know they're just random people, but you don't know who's voting. But I would like to know what their reasoning is why they wouldn't want the Cardinals to get him.
Well, because you'd only have Soto for 2 years.
Well, 2.5.
And then beyond that, if you were to keep him, it would cost you upwards of $35 to $40 million a year.
You, for the record, Doug, are a yes vote, right?
Yeah, I would take him. Sure, absolutely, of course. Yeah, but when you ask the question, why wouldn't people want him? They're just trying to look at it realistically, saying that's going to hamstring the Cardinals from making other moves. Because first of all, he's only a short-term player. You only have him under control for another 2 years. And then if you want to keep him, it might cost you $500 million. So what else aren't you going to be able to get because you have him?
Our infield is set, though. I think if there was holes and, if they didn't have a backup for DeYoung or Gorman didn't exist, maybe you don't make the trade because you'll need Mason Wynn, Jordan Walker in a year or 2. I mean, they may realistically 2026, maybe, because you have Arenado, Edman, and Gorman. I mean, you have Sosa in there as a backup. I just don't see why... there's an MLB draft every year. If you want to go offense again, the next 2 drafts, get yourself a shortstop, give yourself a third baseman. None of these guys, you don't know what they pan out to be. Juan Soto's a once-in-a-generational player, and I'm sorry I cannot say the same about Jordan Walker, Mason Wynn, Matthew Liberatore. I just, for the life of me, it amazes me. Hoarding prospects is like what fans want to do rather than compete. It's insane.
Well, I think if that's what it took, Walker, Wynn, and Liberatore, I think you'd have to do that.
I think Carlson would have to be in there. That would be the only thing. They're not going to do it just for prospects. So.
Well, even if you threw in Carlson, you're replacing him with Soto in right field. So
like I said, it's
I still
no-brainer.
think, I still think you'd be happy with that.
And Goldschmidt's done, what, 24?
Yep.
So by the time he's ready for free agency, Goldschmidt comes off the books.
That is correct.
Yeah. But you may probably going to try to re-sign him.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Why wouldn't you? He might be the MVP this year, assuming he doesn't fall apart.
Well, as I'm saying, he got 2 more years, and how old is he?
He will be 35 in September.
Yeah.
All right, so how many 37-year-olds you signed to another contract?
Not a lot.
Compared to a guy who's going to be, 26, 27?
Not a lot, but if he is hitting the way he is now, you're going to need him or somebody else to fill that role, who's probably going to be a high-dollar guy.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm sure a lot of people are looking at Soto and saying, he's hitting 220. Well, look what he's got around him. Other than Jay Bell, who does he got? They just pitch around him. I think he leads the lead in walks. He doesn't get anything to hit. So I wouldn't put any stock into his 220.
Well, and he has more home run. Like he has 4 less
Who's hitting
home runs
220?
than Carlson does RBIs.
And Soto hitting about 220, 230.
250, yeah.
Yeah, close.
It's not close.
It is 20, 30 points. It's right around it.
You know who's hitting real well right now?
Round down.
Is Paul DeYoung. He's got like 14 home
He
runs,
is
and he's
raking.
tied for the league lead in RBIs.
Can you just get player of the month down there?
Yeah.
You gotta, and I hate that you have to eventually bring him up.
Or trade him.
Well, you've seen what he can. Yeah, he'd be a good trade chip now for somebody that might need a shortstop. You've seen what he can, his potential is. He had 30 home runs one year, and he's a decent defensive shortstop. He just went through a horrible rut there where he couldn't put the bat on the ball. So did Matt Carpenter.
So if you don't make a trade and you still have DeYoung, we are so logjam in the infield. You almost have to make a trade. I just don't get it. There are too many infielders, man. Just way too many infielders.
Well, I think the point of sending him down was hoping he'd get hot.
Yeah.
You don't bring him up now and say, okay, Gorman, you're sitting down, or Edmund, you're going to sit for a while. We need to get him in there. I think you like what you have at short and second.
Well, I don't know. You may want to put him back at short and Edmund back at second.
And then Gorman sits again, or send him back down again.
Or DH.
Good morning. Does anyone know if that hot LSU MILF from the GIF on Tim's Twitter has an OnlyFans? I'd like to make love to myself to it. Thanks. That's from Dewey Oxberger.
Is that the lady that's dancing at the
That's
White
correct.
House? Or
Yeah,
where?
that's
She's
correct.
attractive.
Yeah.
What is she doing, like a gun thing?
Get the gat, get the gat, get the gat.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that song is banned, though, in the state of Missouri.
What's the GAT?
Weapon.
Oh.
That's what she's dancing to.
Okay.
The White House. After LSU is celebrating their national championship and not focused on their trip to Faurot Field for a win that sent a message to the SEC that Missouri and their mustachioed coach mean business. Think about that.
Wow.
I saw a dude on Twitter. Apparently, there's a guy on Twitter. I think he verified. He does like top 50 lists of like current college, like top 50 quarterbacks. You know, they just did the wide receiver duo, and Missouri didn't make it, and this dude was up in arms. Missouri should be on that list twice. This room is stacked, and I'm thinking, nowhere on any planet would you think that room is stacked. There's a lot of potential. Like, what the hell? These fans are...
When you say the room, you mean
the wide receiver room.
The wide receiver room is stacked.
They have their separate room?
I guess
Yeah, why
so.
do they get a room? Do the linebackers get a room?
He does the top 50 linebacker.
What about the special teams?
Oh, they get...
Don't forget about the expected thing.
I have a pet peeve, and it's just
Oh,
something
no.
I see that I don't like.
Uh-oh.
I saw Drinkwitz was posing. I saw Drinkwitz was posing. He's got a nice suit on. He's got a pair of like ugly high top tennis shoes.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Tennis shoes and suits just don't go together.
It's been going on for years.
I know. I just don't like it.
I don't either. It looks like, boy, I'm a crazy guy. I can get dressed up, but you don't know what I might do with these tennis shoes.
I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to beat Louisiana Tech and peacock around about it.
Yeah.
Damn straight.
Maybe.
Yeah, it could be a barn burner. You saw what they did with North Texas.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bunch.
How many they gave up?
They were down at that point, right, Jackson? Or did North Texas make a Sunday charge?
They came back a little too close.
Okay.
Here's what I want to talk about. Michelob Ultra. Let's pour ourselves one. Let's take the edge off. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. And let me see how many calories I got, Douglas. We have this sign in the studio. It's 95 calories and 2.6 grams of carbohydrates.
Not
That's
many
Michelob
carbs.
Ultra, the sponsor of the Fan Page Club Championship. And the Final Four is set. Mike Sudduth against the Loomster. Gee against the Bomber. Chris Heck. It's a Jim Dandy. Michelob Ultra, the sponsor of the Fan Page Club Championship. Ryan Kelly, the sponsor of the show. And Doug, he's been the sponsor of the show for a decade.
Gosh, and we sure appreciate that. I think everybody appreciates Ryan Kelly who's done business with him. I've refinanced twice with Ryan Kelly. I couldn't be happier. I got a low rate a few years ago. Now rates have been going up, and now they're coming down. The housing market has started to cool. Inventory is still very low. Houses, they are selling fast. You need to get pre-approved today with the Home Loan Expert, whether you're looking to refinance or buy a new home. The Home Loan Expert has lower rates, loan programs for almost everyone, and a 10-day closing guarantee. I'll say that again. 10-day closing guarantee. That's unheard of. Used to be like 3 weeks. Now it's 10 days. Wait. Guaranteed. The Home Loan Expert will have you ready to close when the perfect home hits the market. And, as we say, guaranteed, they can get you locked into the rate where it stands right now. So if the rates go up, you won't have to pay the higher rate. But if the rates go down, yes, you can move into that lower rate. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to get locked in right now if indeed you are in the market to buy a home. Check him out at thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan Kelly has rates for everyone. He's got that hero loan for the veterans. He's got the teacher and the union appreciation loans where they get a $500 gift card if they close a loan. He'll take care of you. He'll find a way to make it happen. He's at thehomeloanexpert.com.
There it is. Jackson, why don't you tell the people about your pant?
Muggsy's my pant. I don't know about you boys, but when I throw my Muggsy's on, I just feel dangerous. I wake up
dangerous.
I wake up feeling like
Bill is dangerous.
I just wake up feeling like I'm ready for action, and I slide those bad boys on, and they look good. They feel great. They move with you, not against you, and I think is so important because so many times with shorts, they're like kind of starchy and stiff, and they don't really, kind of move with you. You're wearing nicer shorts, but they're just uncomfortable, but not with Muggsy's. They look great, they feel great, and then the hot summer winds, they breathe for you.
Breathe with me.
They move with you, not against you. It's such a comfortable pant. They look great on the course. They look great in the clubhouse. They look great on the couch. Ah, yes, look. So get yourself a pair of Muggsy's. You go to Muggsy.com. They got jeans, chinos. They got those great shorts. They got the swim trunks with the liner, dry real quickly. You can go on a float trip, wear your Muggsy shorts there, change into the Muggsy swim trunks, and then back again for your ride home. And the whole time you're just going to be in pure comfort. So head to Muggsy.com, use promo code TMA for 10% off your entire order. That's Muggsy.com, use promo code TMA, and free your balls once and for all.
Now, when you wear these, do people come up to you and say, "Dang, boy, you look dangerous"?
Shut off.
That's exactly right, Dick.
That's what
were you at Molly's last week? That's exactly what people were saying.
I was not there. I was not there. Not last week, I wasn't.
Free your balls. Jackson.
Yo.
I got some Muggsy's after my rashes for my old short. And Hugh would have to drop some mud and brine to ease my pain. Now with Muggsy's, Hugh can place that mud and brine in my mouth. I'm sniffing home.
Okay.
It's a testimonial, Doug.
Who was it?
Hugh from Marlboro.
Hugh from Marlboro has been suspended. He's been suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name, as we speak, is going into the STLTaxLawyer.com suspension logule, sponsored by the great Mark Milton, tax attorney extraordinaire. You have trouble with the godforsaken tax man, you call Mark Milton, or you get in touch with him at STLTaxLawyer.com. You'll be saying, "Hey, I'm not guilty. I'm with Milty."
Get involved on this show by texting into the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, 314-881-TMA5. 314-881-TMA5. You can call in to the Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. And you can email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today, the morning after, at InsideSTL.com. Don't forget, on Saturday night, just a few days away now, at TMASTL.com, get your tickets for our trivia night as we partner with Friends of Kids with Cancer for the first ever TMA Trivia Night. It takes place this Saturday at St. Gabriel's. All of your salt and smoke included. All of your Uncle Leo's pizza and toasted ravioli. 2 pizzas and a toasted ravioli per table. A bottle of effing vodka per table, and all of your Urban Chestnut beer is included for $50. So if you're like, "Hey, what do we do tonight? Why don't we just go to St. Gabriel's? It's $50, and we can just hang out and eat and drink for $50. You get all that? Go to TMASTL.com. You can get 1 ticket. You get 2 tickets. You can buy a whole table for $8 at TMASTL.com. Portions of the proceeds going to Friends of Kids with Cancer. It's the first ever TMA Trivia Night this Saturday. Doors opening at 6:30. Trivia underway at 7:30. It includes sports trivia. You can get the tickets at TMASTL.com and be a part of the magic this Saturday at St. Gabriel's. I am going to be off next Thursday and Friday and the following week. Jennings, I believe, is going to be running point most of those days. So that'll be wonderful to see Jennings in.
Yes, it will be.
Jennings, hopefully he's going to be part of the show full time. That's what I want.
That'd be great.
I've made that clear, crystal clear. But for the time being, while I am out, he will be distributing the ball, and we are looking forward to Jennings. And Doug, I'm just going to ball strike for about a week and a half with my family.
And where's this?
In Hilton Head Island, South Carolina.
They don't have any golf courses there.
No, they do. They do.
They have some?
Ball strike.
Okay.
I was ball striking with Jackson yesterday.
Huh.
I'm concerned about his distance. We need to have a talk about it.
I know.
He's not
Oh
hitting
my
it very
God!
far.
Did I just hear the man whimper?
Sound like that old lady. I am tired.
What was he wearing his Mugsies? Because he's a
I
dangerous
was.
golfer with those on.
Yeah, well, the Mugsies were not the issue. It was distance.
I mean, I was alarmed.
Well,
I
how
really
far is he
was.
hitting it off the tee?
I recall specifically there's like 148-yard par 3, and Jackson hit it's number 4, Iggy. He hit a 7-iron short of the green,
Oh.
and I would say the pin was on the back tier, meaning he was probably had about 125-yard 7-iron.
And did he really get it, or did he just miss hit it?
Well, then he hit a ball on 18 where there's a bunker on the right side, and then up maybe about 40 yards of bunker on the left. And I'm like, man, he crushed that one. That's going to be up past both bunkers. And then it just kind of bitched up in the air and then went down into the first bunker.
Oh.
And I'm concerned. I'm concerned about him because he's an athlete. He's 24. He's spry. He has lots of sperm.
Oh.
And the ball should be traveling further. Maybe we could set him up with your TrackMan, Doug, and see what kind of spin rate he has, because
Well-
something is not right, and I think his attack angle is probably steep and spinny AF. That's what I assume. I don't know. I don't have that data.
Yeah, I need a lot of work. I just need to. It's probably a couple quick fixes, but
Are you out of balls and you're like Plowsy hitting like range balls?
no.
I'll bust out some Rangers.
Maybe do a push-up every now and then. Maybe get yourself in the gym. Get in decent shape. Bulk up a little bit.
A guy skinnier than me who hit it way further than me.
Well, that's unusual for you though, because you bomb it.
Used to. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I mean, we're talking
One quick
3
fix,
weeks
eh?
ago when we played. You bombed it. So
I'm just
what have
saying.
you lost in 3 weeks?
I don't know. I need a fix.
You
Are you
got the
cur-
mentality and get yourself checked for testosterone.
Right, yeah, maybe you're carrying around too many Tufts, and Manscaped could help you.
Oh, wow.
It's
Anything
not
else
on
we
the
throw in
log
there?
today, I guess.
No, yeah.
That
Oh, it
is.
is.
Mentality is not Manscaped.
Yeah,
I like the way a bunch of players are playing point guard today, and they're getting the ball, and they're setting up livery.
Man,
I'll
that
take
was
a blue chew. Oh, they're gone. So.
nice. Doug.
Iggy is mad about not having a livery.
Yeah, he's pissed. Should I get into mine? I feel like the weave.
I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
sure. No, it was weird.
No, the more the merrier for you
I just
guys.
thought if
That's
Jackson
fine.
were lighter and didn't carry around so much hair, he might hit
Yeah, so many
the ball farther.
toughs.
Yeah, and those matted Tufts, I mean, they can weigh you down, especially when you're lined up to the ball.
Yeah.
If there's a wind, that wispy hair will tickle your thigh, and that'll most definitely affect the crage and also the distance. But you get your Manscaped.
Okay.
You know, you get your Lawnmower 4.0. You take that Tuft, you lift it like this.
Don't make that motion.
And, you know,
Oh,
and there's your matted touchdown. But you're not done, Doug.
I was
We need, to
hoping
take
you were.
we need to take a look under the hood. So you
There's
lift
no
that
hood.
sack, and then
Oh, it's so
that's
well
with the
done.
crop shaver.
It's so well done.
Just absolutely perfect. You shave in the shower.
Yeah.
No nicks, no cuts. Waterproof. It's perfect. Different attachment just in
Really?
case you want to, doll it up a little bit. You got a hot date.
Ugh.
Maybe you got a boys' weekend coming up.
You gonna shave for the boys?
Oh, yeah, you got to have a landing strip of some kind. I mean, at least my boys do. So, yeah, get it at manscaped.com. 20% off, Doug, with the code TMA.
TMA is
Promo
a
code is TMA.
Okay.
You get 20% off and free shipping. A ton of great product. They have underwear as well. You see them on national television commercial with Pete Davidson now.
Yes, I saw
They're
that.
going global. So manscaped.com, TMA, the promo code, free shipping, 20% off.
Okay.
Shave those Tufts.
Oh,
My girl Louisa's doing one too. Fishing with Louisa.
I remember you telling me that.
now who is she?
She just does the fishing. She's got like 1 million something followers on YouTube. She just fishes in a thong.
And she's doing Manscaped commercials?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
Yeah, on her channel before she does her fishing, she pops on there with a Manscaped shirt on and starts talking about guys shave your balls.
Oh,
Not as good as Plowsy, but
This is a proposition for Jackson. Jackson needs a good bang. That'll put his golf game back on track. I'm free Saturday night. That's from Bill's wife.
give him 48 hours to consider that.
Jackson, are you interested in Bill's wife? Doug?
He's gone. What, he just left right in the middle of the presentation?
Bill's wife is a snootful.
He's peeing.
Oh,
Is that what he's doing? Doug, there's a chance it's a recreational.
maybe he's
I got
pumping
it
some weights.
48% it's a recreational.
It shouldn't be at this hour. Go home. Get yourself regular.
I told Jackson this story in confidence, but I feel like I'm comfortable telling it. I peed my pants a little bit yesterday
We're
during
changing the
the sound.
subject
Dude,
here.
I'm telling you, and you didn't notice. That's how good I am.
No.
The sound story you had was so good. The
Yeah.
guy, but we went right from the show. There are 3-minute breaks. We got multiple people going to the bathroom.
Well, of course.
So usually I wait till after the show, but we did Pepper and Genie right after to do the sound story. So, like, I'm on 5 or 6 hours of no peeing.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't see a stop in the sound story, which was just fine. The dude was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I snuck behind you, and I ran to the bathroom, and I got my trowel almost down, and I had some dribbles.
Oh, like a lot or a little?
It was an okay amount.
Where was the dribble, boy?
It was literally at the worst possible spot, like right. It was a tan pant, so any water, any wetness, it's just a completely different color. You know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't blend like maybe a white would.
You wear boxers?
Boxer briefs.
So you wet your trousers?
Yeah, I had the briefs off, but it hit my belt. Yeah, so I had to take the belt
You
off.
did run out of here. You hustled out of here. And we both thought, well, maybe the building's on fire.
No.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, I had, like I said, it was just a busy back-to-back-to-back
Yeah.
type style, which I was fine with.
I would think so.
But yeah, that was it was something that happened yesterday. Got it wiped off, and it dried off on my ride home.
Anybody notice and say anything?
No, Jackson, I pointed it out to Jackson. I wanted to make sure, you know,
Like it was on the record or something?
I put it in my dossier.
Well, I felt like he was going to see it and already jump to conclusions. So in those situations, I like to get ahead of it.
Everyone dribbles once in a while.
Yeah.
You ever do that? And then you have to walk down the hall like holding something in front of yourself, like
Oh,
a piece
I
of paper, like
I was walking
very
like a
casual, like
schoolboy.
nothing to see here.
You just say it's water.
Oh, I just came out of the bathroom. There's
Yeah, you
nothing
can
else
tell.
it could be.
You've had some problems coming out of that restroom. You horrified our neighbor Casey from WIL with a dog and an unfortunate odor. When
She won't make eye
You don't make eye contact
She
anymore?
won't. I was walking. I feel like she was walking faster the other day when I was like walking to the studio. You could almost see it was like in the movie Screamed, where you just felt that there was something behind you. So like you walked and ran.
She doesn't want to
faster.
discuss it or relive the moment. does she?
It was a horrifying experience
Yeah.
for me, and I was the one dropping the deuce, not just in the mustard gas.
So when you let me ask this just for the purpose of the deposition. When you opened the door, probably realizing that you had left Doug a foul situation behind.
Yeah.
You were hopeful, as is usually the case. When I use the Little Wizards room, I think yesterday actually in a commercial break, I used the Little Wizards room, and I think Iggy, you were waiting out there.
Yeah, I didn't want to smoke having to go to the bathroom because then I was out there twitching and turning, trying to keep it in while I smoked, so I just waited.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but I'm thinking, I just use the Little Wizards room. We'll be in and out. I feel badly because I know our breaks are quick. So hopefully Iggy will be able to be back in time, which of course won't happen.
No.
But nonetheless, in this case, you're opening the door. Is anything on your mind when you're opening the door? Are you worried that a friend could be waiting out there?
Honestly, what was on my mind was just pure and utter relief.
No.
It felt good. I felt a lot better. So my whole plan was just getting out of there as quick as possible, going.
And it didn't cross your mind that a young lady from WIL's morning show could be just standing there.
No, and it's not like she was in the kitchen. I'm telling you, like
She'd have a camera on.
we
her or
were
anything.
we were face to face.
Yeah.
And then at that moment, what do you say?
I couldn't.
You know
say.
the play.
What about these Redbirds?
There's a lot of things to say, but none of it would have helped.
It's pretty simple. When you do that and somebody's waiting and you see somebody, the first thing you say is, "Oh, I don't know who was in there before me, but Jesus."
Yeah.
Well, I was in there for 10 minutes, so I think
It was tough to fire that.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
you
you-
flushed multiple times.
I
Right?
flushed. Yeah. Yeah. Well, remember that
Doug,
streak.
Doug, at that point, though, if I'm her, I'm bolting like the wind.
Yeah,
the other
But if
bathroom.
I'm not mistaken, wasn't the issue that the ladies' room here was shut down as they
Correct.
were renovating it?
Yeah, there were
So
8
that was
men.
the only restroom available. So she's standing out there for 10 minutes. She hears multiple flushes.
Oh.
The door opens, Doug. These foul orders come.
Cloud came out.
I would have gone to the Greek restaurant next door.
Dude,
Yeah.
and I felt bad because I had 7 or 8 stalls in the men's room that I could have used.
Why didn't you?
I chose to use the Solo, and the next day
Hmm.
I see a candle, a can of Febreze.
Yeah, they sent a message, didn't they?
Yeah, it was no coincidence that the next day they had a can of Febreze that said "ladies" on it. They brought it from their bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I suppose if they shut down the ladies' room, they just should have put a sign on this one that said "ladies only."
Well, where are we going to go?
To the men's room, that's still open.
Oh, that's true. We could use that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad too. And there's I think the worst part, when I got in the studio, I was thinking, man, that seat is so warm.
Oh, no, Doug, we just compounded it now.
I was
just compounded it.
I was on it for 10 minutes, so like, and I always tell the story, like, every time you sit on a seat and it's warm, it's like, oh, no.
Oh, someone's been here.
Dang it.
It's like Goldilocks.
It's like
Still,
you're a detective. Ooh, would have been 4 minutes ago?
Well, we should have listened to their show then. See what they said. Casey probably went and said, oh, my God, this morning show down the hall, that guy was in there. Oh, my God, I don't know what he'd done, but something died in there.
And the door,
We would have.
What that door does is create a waft. Literally right there.
I would say I doubt they talked about it. Jackson and I had a situation a couple weeks ago where somebody not from the TMA dais hit us hard during a commercial break. And I still will not discuss who the person was. It's just about the omerta. It's the way I was raised.
Yeah.
And so I doubt Casey brought up on the WIL morning show that the Plowhawk from a couple studios down just destroyed her.
What were they complaining about? You don't have to say who.
No, nobody was complaining. I'm saying Jackson and I were out there, and you know how it's kind of a line during our break to go into that. And a gentleman had hit us hard.
Oh, okay, no.
I still feel bad for your parents for having to endure what Joe Roderick did to them.
Yeah.
They did not have that coming.
Stunned while a child was in a stroller in their living room, an unidentified child, candidly.
I mean, it was almost torturous for her, I'm sure, because at that time, like I said, the day after, there were the Febreze, the candle.
A message was sent.
Yeah, but like for her in that moment, even if it's only she's in there 2 minutes, I mean, you're in it.
Hellish 2 minutes.
There's nowhere to go. You're just embedded into that smell.
Is it possible we need to get a Depend sponsor here so we can all
Bad idea.
get some new underwear and not have to run back and forth?
Now, I know that toilet has a huge suction. It's very powerful.
Don't make that hand motion.
I like
down.
that. I
Say
think that
suction.
helps. It just for those watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I would suggest though looking to make sure because I went in the other day and there was a floater.
Oh.
Just somebody didn't. I guess somebody didn't look to see everything went down.
Jackson at number 16 where we played yesterday, there was a little beverage stand and 2 restrooms, and we were with my son, and it was just me and Jackson and my son, and my son likes to mess around at the little drink station thing, and Doug
Likes to
make
get
Arnold
wet, doesn't
Palmer's. He does.
Yeah.
It's exactly right. Yeah, it's
He looked like he was in a pool the other day.
Fat crap, but I'm used to it at this point. He's happy, I'm happy, whatever. Jackson excuses himself to use the little wizard, opens the door, and it was like that Simpsons gif where he walks in, he turns around, he walks out, and he started dry heaving. And it stunned my 4-year-old. And I go, oh, God, what happened? Because I've gone in there before, and I think somebody had vomited. Oh, the vomit comet. But in this case, Jackson, what did you find? Because Doug likes these stories.
It looked like someone had deposited about a pound of topsoil into the bathroom. And the water was nearing the rim, so it was clear an effort was made to try and get rid of it. The effort was futile, and the smell hit me like a sack of potatoes.
I mean, he was in there for no more than a half a second, immediately made the sound.
If you're that sick, what are you doing golfing?
That's what I'm
Go
saying.
home.
Like, get the hell out of there.
Well, that's after like a third brat, probably.
And then the best part, if you want to use the word best, is that they had clearly tried to flush it.
Sure.
But the mud was so thick and long that this toilet couldn't possibly digest it.
I couldn't handle it.
It's like a big ball of saltwater taffy.
I was like, there's only 3 more holes left. I'll just hold it. I'm just better off holding it.
Shouldn't they put a plunger right there in case you get into that situation?
I mean, what do you do? What do you
With
do?
a plunger, you could fix it.
And it's such an uncomfortable situation because, like, what if you're like me, like a guest who, like, it's unfortunate, but like
you won't be joining that country club.
Like it's just unfortunate. Like you had to do it. Like everyone's getting these emergency situations, but then you try to flush and nothing's going down, and you know like one of your playing partners needs to use it as well after you. So you're just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know.
As long as you're the last one in your group, you can just kind of mosey on and pretend it didn't happen. I guess.
How was your tee shot? Good. A little right to left. Good.
Yeah.
They press. Okay. Good.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. I was just in there. No, I was just in there
But if you do that in the clubhouse or in somebody's home, there's no walking away from it.
Yeah.
No, you got to own that, Doug.
Yeah, you got, and especially if they have like a plunger in a different bathroom, like
You gotta
be
go
like,
get it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, do you have a plunger by chance?
Sure.
Like that's gotta be the worst question.
Everybody should have a plunger in the bathroom.
But you can hear
never
the
know who's gonna throw
plunger.
up.
So, like, I think it'd be funny you're at a dinner, you know, maybe meeting the parents for the first time, and you do that, and they're, you know, in the kitchen, you're hearing a...
Yeah. And
There's
don't
that
make
sound
the
again,
noises.
Doug. There's that sound again.
Don't you
the
think?
sound?
Don't you think at this point we should have toilets that don't get clogged up?
Well, that, I mean, those
Is it all
high-power...
about saving water so much? I guess that's what it is. It's about saving water. Can't we have slightly larger pipes or a better way to prevent that? I mean, it's a problem for everybody. Why haven't we figured that out yet?
Pipe me.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I guess it depends how big the waste is. And how
Doug,
much.
the bathroom in the Lambert Airport last week looked like someone sprayed the walls, and I think I saw corn.
No, you didn't.
That's from the Veiled Prophet, though. He has a ball.
We've seen multiple on the walls in St. Charles, right? We've had two.
We did. We thought somebody had ended their life in the second stall in the St. Charles studios.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and we'd like to make this clear, per counsel, it's been recommended that we say we apologize to Giamatti for the allegation that it was him. We have realized that that was an error to say on the radio, and we apologize to his family and his successors and his estate for the allegation that it was him who blew out his brains on the walls.
Because it wasn't at all.
Well, he was not. I don't believe he was happy that he was alleged.
No.
We railroaded him. Or I railroaded him. A good. I love Paul Giamatti. Great dude.
You almost had to stand on your head to get it where it was.
Dude, and
what?
And remember we scraped a crust and put it in.
No,
his-
you did. Tim Page did do it. You went out and got
Yeah, there
a
was
paint
gonna be
scraper, ice scraper.
Yeah, the ice scraper. That's
Like
what
a
it
putty
was.
knife?
Guys,
Yeah,
if,
well,
I
I used
clog,
it.
if I clog one of my toilets, I just ring my wife's father, and he comes over with his catch of the day and lets it marinate in that waste while he showers my lower back with his kidney water.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
That's from Deke Dodo.
Imagine having a fish marinate.
And I'm cooking fish tonight. I may not now.
Halibut? Is it halibut tonight, Egg?
No, I'm gonna do wahoo tonight.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah, they don't get it very often. When they do, I get it.
Yeah, I love that.
Don't you usually put bananas on that?
I do. Wahoo's the one I put sliced bananas on. Don't know why. It just tastes good.
At some point, should we have a conversation with Casey about what happened?
I'm too afraid at this point.
we get her in
Tim
during a
McKern
break?
Show, episode 504.
She just like to forget
She would
it.
play ball.
Oh, she was.
It's like those bad Vietnam memories. You just want to put it out of your mind and never go there again.
I'll ask her at the break if she wants to come down her next break. Just pop in.
No.
She has every right to be angry. I get it.
She may have had to burn her clothing after.
Well, I had options, and I chose the single stall.
Yeah, that's on
No,
you.
yeah, I
On
mean-
you.
If I was her, I would have said, somebody watch the men's room. Tell nobody come in. There's a lady in here. I'm using this one.
They won't do that.
It's better than going in that one after that.
Oh, you better go out in the woods. Do that.
Use the fountain.
I think you just leave the door open and come back in 15 minutes.
That's the one problem. Nobody leaves that door open. And then you
I'm a door open guy.
Oh, always.
Because Iggy, I mean, after like the first 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, the door's closed, somebody's in there. And then Iggy just walks up, he goes, no, look. And then he opens it. Now, 1 out of 10 times it is locked, and now I'm the guy out there jiggling the handle.
Yeah.
You just do it really, really quietly. Just
And
turn
then,
it and
if
see.
you're jiggling, then you want to walk away so the person comes out doesn't know that it was
doesn't
you.
realize I was jiggling
Yeah.
the handle.
And you could tell with the jiggle if it's number 1 or number 2 with most
Right.
people. The fat jiggle. This
And do
dude's
you
about to
change your voice
explode.
so people don't know it's you in there?
You disguise your voice in that
If
situation?
somebody
Is that
said-
right? You go into character?
Yeah,
what do you do,
somebody's
Ned,
digging like
you do
a-
Ned Reynolds or Johnny Johnson?
just-
or,
Wait a minute.
But why
what
do
is
you
that?
knock?
What voice was that?
Well, why
It
would
sounded
someone
like Mr.
knock?
Bill.
Why would
Well, they're jiggling it and open it and say, somebody sit there. Because you don't want them to know it's you, so you just
No.
kind of disguise your voice.
But they'll know it's you when you walk out.
Well, maybe they went into the kitchen and they
You
don't
want
see
people to think you never have to go to the restroom.
That's what you do, Doug. That's what
Well,
you
if
do.
I'm in there taking a deuce,
Get yourself regular.
I just
please.
cough really loud. Like
So you hear the door jiggle and you start coughing?
like, just
But I don't,
someone's
like,
here.
If someone knocks when the bathroom door is locked, like what do they think is going on in there? Like,
well, people knock without trying to open it.
oh,
Well,
if you
also,
try and open it, you're not going to knock because you know somebody's in there. It's locked. But
and sometimes people do. I think there are twice where somebody locked it and then accidentally shut it while leaving, and nobody could use it.
But I'm talking about, like, you go to a restaurant, it's a single-use bathroom, and the door is locked, and someone knocks. Like, I'm not making
Come
lasagna in here. Like, I'm using the bathroom.
just to let you know, somebody's out there waiting. Maybe they're in there just dilly-dallying.
So they're pressing me? They're trying to play through?
Yeah, if they know somebody's out there waiting, they
Let's
may
just
not.
let this guy hit his T-shirt.
Yeah.
They'll go a little quicker.
Sometimes when I'm reading newspaper on the toilet, I let Talty hover above my thigh, and he squeezes his soft serve betwixt my legs.
No.
Sometimes I'll take a sample from a dessert. Thanks, that's from Dotem.
No, he won't. Deke Dotem suspended.
I didn't think you could do that.
Yes, suspended a period of 2 days' time. He had a 1-year reprieve, but if he's going to behave like this, he's going to have to serve suspensions lasting a period of 2 days' time.
Guys, you think the bathroom at the airport and the golf course look bad? Wait until after an hour or so, the trivia night. You better have a good plumber on standby. Just a bit of advice for the turlets of St. Gabriel's.
Oh.
Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Nutsack. He
I think
changed his
porta
name.
potties may be a good investment.
Yeah, Cal County's got to clean everything up.
Maybe just open sewer troughs for this group.
Well, it's Saturday night at St. Gabriel's, and you can get your tickets at tmastl.com. Looking forward to it. Doors open at 6:30. Trivia underway at 7:30. And all of your Salt and Smoke, Uncle Leo's, Effin' Vodka, and Urban Chestnut is included for $50. Let's say, Doug, we're going to Salt and Smoke.
Okay.
It's me and you. I would say we'd probably spend about $50. That'd be
I would think so, yeah.
Because we get the burnt-end toasted raviolis. I'd get the brisket. What would you get? Did you get the brisket?
Probably chicken.
You get the chicken?
Yeah,
You get the
some sort
chicken.
of chicken, sure.
And I might get the pit beans. Probably have a couple of tastes, at least $50. Okay, so we got that. Now let's say we're going to the club. Obviously, we're getting bottle service with the ladies after us.
Yeah.
And that bottle of vodka with bottle service would cost, Jackson, you're more in tune with this than we are at this point.
A bottle for bottle service?
Yep.
$75, $90.
For $500?
Yeah, that's it.
500.
It depends on where you are, but yes, you're paying for the real estate, not necessarily the booze.
500 to sit at a certain table and have the drink
private
delivered
section.
to you.
And pick off bachelorette parties, yes. Then the next thing, and now we didn't work out with the bachelorette party. It looks like the maid of honor and the bride are going to go enjoy a daisy chain, so no men allowed. And so we're just going to have Uncle Leo's late night. We're going to get 2 pizzas and an order of toasted ravioli. That's about $50 right there.
Yeah.
So now we're about $600 to $650 deep.
Okay.
And, by the way, all of our Urban Chestnut beer was included for the evening. Let's say that cost, let's just be conservative and say that was $100. So, Doug, this is an $850 value for $50.
So it's really an investment as much as anything. It's a money-saving endeavor.
Somebody's in here.
You go out anywhere else on a Saturday night, you're going to spend more than you would here, and you'll have a good time.
That's right. You're going to watch Buck Swope go Jordan Game 6. I mean, that's what you're going to get to see.
Yeah, I put on my Instagram. I said, guys, this is the cheap date night.
It is. And you'll see a whole lot of banners that have no substance behind them, but they were
Drop
they were
out of
made.
it. That's going to be a problem.
Okay.
The slander suit.
And you may
Doug
get
Gottlieb's counsel.
You may get a picture signed by me.
Oh, wow.
Well, I don't think they should count on that.
Well, the bottom line is
They're gonna be busy.
we're working with Friends of Kids with Cancer, so it's a good cause in addition to what should be a wonderful evening, and you get to see the St. Gabriel Gymnasium. To me, that's priceless. TMASTL.com. TMASTL.com. Sweet Mother of Mercy, the high on Saturday, Doug.
How much?
104 degrees. Well, it'll cool off on Sunday, though, because it's down to 102. If you run into a problem with your air conditioning, you need to go to designairservice.com. A gentleman yesterday DM'd me and said, hey, could you hook me up with the contact at Design Air? I said, I would, but here's the thing. You texting or emailing Seth isn't going to be as quick as you going to designairservice.com and clicking book now, because that way they are going to be on it immediately. They know the urgency that you experience in a St. Louis summer when your air conditioning goes out, and so that is why they have that book now chat there, right there for you to work with a service tech immediately. They come to your house and they fix it, and it's probably done within a couple of hours. It's that quick. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Doug is a client. I am a client. That's why we rave about it. They really are incredible at what they do. I'm thrilled to see their business growing, and the TMA listeners and the Tim McKernan Show podcast listeners all supporting the sponsors. Go online at designairservice.com. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, the sponsor of our email of the day, the official HVAC provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And Jackson, the podcast situation yesterday, which of course you, Iggy, and the Plowboy were being blamed for, but had nothing to do with the three of you at all, because all of the podcasts at Hubbard were delayed. It was just I don't know what it was. I have no idea. But either way, it's been fixed. Is that correct?
I think. I mean,
but the podcasts from yesterday's shows were in my podcast feed.
Oh, yeah. They got there. It just took.
Listening to podcast this morning.
Yeah, it just took too long. I don't know what the deal.
It was like a podcast server.
Right. It was our podcast software, an issue with that. So hopefully that got resolved. I know that it goes up the quickest on TMA app and TMASTL.com. I know it's not. We want them on all platforms as quick as possible. But in a pinch, if you use another site, maybe use the app. It's a great app, and it just fire it right up, and it usually gets on the quickest.
There you go. There's some knowledge from Action Jackson behind the scenes. Is the episode of the podcast we recorded for the Tim McKernan Show, is that up? Because it's a deep dive into the Girl Next Door contest.
Oh, yeah.
It is up.
Yep.
All right, so you can listen to that. That is a little background. Hope Solo referenced. Brie Olson referenced. Sonny Leone referenced. Sonny Leone, do you remember, Iggy, were you on the show when Sonny Leone was in?
I don't, because I'm a huge fan of hers, and she's been around forever.
Sonny Leone, Doug, I know you were on the show. Beautiful woman. Now, she was an adult starlet. She is of Indian descent.
She's doing Bally something, isn't she?
Excuse me?
Isn't she doing like what do they call the...
Bally Sports app.
No.
She's on the Bally Sports app now doing adult?
Ballyhood? Ballyhood?
Ballyho. Ballyhoo.
Bollywood?
A much ballyhoo.
You mean Bollywood?
Bollywood. She's doing those, right?
Indian film community, unlike Hollywood, is called Bollywood. And so she has left the adult industry.
Has she?
And she is a superstar in India with 53 million Instagram followers, not because of adult work, because she doesn't do it anymore. But to think that she was a judge at a Girl Next Door contest along with Ben Bishop.
How did he get dragged into this? That shot from Pareko knock him goofy?
This was 2009. And I remember him saying to me, I'm standing, it's like Mad Libs. I'm standing at Wave Taco in downtown St. Louis with Rudy, who had just gotten a spray tan.
Over all the dirt?
With Sonny Leone, Blues netminder Ben Bishop, and the Rams drafted a wide receiver out of North Carolina named either Brooks Foster or Foster Brooks.
Yeah.
One of those guys is an actor.
Foster Brooks is the actor.
Okay, so then Brooks Foster was the guy the Rams drafted out of North Carolina. I don't believe he stuck. And those were our judges for this this bikini contest with the Girl Next Door. And then Sonny Leone, I believe, brought the gentleman who she's still married to now, and this is 2009 or so. And I remember them texting. They're like, "Hey, we just want to take a look around St. Louis." And you remember where Wave Taco is? It's about a block or two north of Washington Avenue.
Right.
So you're getting into, a neck of the woods.
Upper echelon corridor.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so they just walked away from Wave Taco to take a tour on their own of that area. And I remember Sonny, now with 53 million Instagram followers and one of the biggest stars in Bollywood, going, "Why are all the buildings burnt out?"
had a bad war back here in the 40s.
I don't know.
That's what it looks like.
I'll tell you. Brie Olson with the unfortunate criticism of the contestants in which they unionized and refused to come out because Brie was giving them low scores, and then she bent over and may or may not have diddled her birthday hole and taken a picture and put that on Twitter directed toward Inside STL because she was unhappy that I told her she couldn't give the girls scores of 2, that wasn't necessarily kind. And she was sitting next to a dais of Mickey Carroll, Rich Gould, and of course Rudy and Felipe Lopez for some reason.
Oh, the heck of a shortstop.
Doug, we did good work.
Yeah.
We detail it all in this week's podcast.
Weird work. Strange work. Any thought of bringing that back?
Jackson and I discussed it. Now, I'm at 45 with a wife and 2 children. I wasn't comfortable really doing it into my 30s, much less now.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in being Hugh Hefner with a smoking jacket and showing up to Molly's and hosting these or wherever it would be. But Jackson at 24 and the most eligible bachelor in St. Louis, I think he would be
He's up
perfect
for
for
it.
it. He's interested.
Well, it's not good for the senior citizen community. We know that because grandmothers were dying like flies.
Yep. Yeah.
Can't make it. Grandmother dying. How many grandmothers you have?
My fifth one.
Yeah, this is the third time you've canceled with a dead grandmother.
Jackson, you interested in becoming the face of the Girl Next Door reboot?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to kill any grandparents, but I'm more than happy to, MC the event.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow and wow. Well, things are happening now.
Sure.
Well, you got to get the girls, too.
Yeah, Liberty the tough part.
I don't know, because I was saying to Jackson, when we were doing that, and it's not like we were, we were giving away $500. I think now we could maybe up the prize and, maybe get it to 1,000 or
We had some of
2,000.
them to come in for interviews. Remember the one with the cartoon dinosaur tattoos all over her
I think
body?
I told that story. Well, what about the one where she had initially gotten hearts on either side of her belly button?
Yeah.
And I think she might have been a little heavier when she got the tattoos, so then she lost weight, and then it looked like the Pontiac logo
Oh, that's
on
right.
either side of her.
The Pontiac logo. And we had to tell her that they're out of business.
Well, it was quite a segment.
It was a segment,
So Jackson will captain that, and we'll have a reboot.
Okay.
I'll contact the Campagnas, see if they want to get back in the business, and we'll bring this back. How about that?
And you
whole-
do that at the live events when we go live somewhere, one of the sponsors?
I don't know. I think the business model
Well,
works.
it's a standalone type thing.
It was. We did 12 a year monthly, and then we did the Girl Next Door of the year, and they would compete. They would compete, and it would get catty.
Mm-hmm.
Would get catty. Yep.
Well, I guess we could try it and run it up the flagpole, see what happens. People seem to enjoy it, and I remember some big crowds at those
We
things.
did. Let's see. Who was Tim's friend who was so intoxicated that he was drunkenly stumbling out into the courts of the volleyball tournament mid-match? He was quite the show that day. Thanks. That's from It's Kathy.
That wasn't Hedonism's David Klein slathered in gravy, was it?
I don't think David Klein ever got into that dark spot, minus when he paid tribute to Dolores O'Riordan and the Cranberries.
God,
his
that is
rendition of Zombie.
unlistenable.
Now, Prod Joe showed up someplace.
Oh, no.
Well, I'm just being honest. Didn't he end up passed out in front of a bank? And one time he
Yes,
was
but
walking.
that had nothing to do with the Girl Next Door contest.
Well, I'm saying if he's done that, he probably did something in the Girl Next Door. One time got kicked out for walking behind the ropes inside the pit boss area of a casino. Correct?
Oh, I didn't know that.
They don't like that. They don't like that much.
I said I think.
Tore a butthole open with a dumbbell.
Policeman conked him on the head with a billy club when he fell asleep on someone else's stoop.
Yeah,
I think it's Kathy would have recognized producer Joe. I honestly don't remember which one of my friends was wandering around the sand volleyball courts intoxicated at 2 p.m.
Now again, I'm saying I don't know that it was Prod Joe. I just thought we were at a casino one time and he got kicked out. I don't know for what. I thought he was in the pit boss area.
I don't know.
Could be wrong.
Wouldn't they take a cattle prod to you if you did that?
Probably so.
No, they knew. I think they knew he was drunk. But that's what I'm remembering. I could be wrong, but Joe let us know.
Probably put in his application to be a pit boss.
I'll see if my phone has any activity. Nothing doing right
No.
now. It's lying low. Tim, hey, let's advertise Girl Next Door 2.0 on Balloon Party. That is from the recovering alcoholic from Belleville in Webster Groves. I don't know how that would play. Jackson, did you get Stephen Wildwood's mic drops?
For whatever reason, I pulled it up and it's saying forbidden.
Doug, it's forbidden fruit.
It's forbidden audio. I don't get it. But
His property of 101.
well, I'm on a Hubbard machine here, so I figured it would work, but I don't know.
I bet you Girl Next Door would work if you give him 4 tickets to like a Cardinal Caravan or something.
Like winter warm-up tickets?
Like a meet and greet
You
with
gotta
Van
get on a
Hageren.
bus and go to Sykeston to get this stuff.
Some sort of
Tim, even though you have outgrown the Girl Next Door, the listeners are just as creepy as ever. Thanks. That's from
Probably
the
so.
Concord
Way more creepy
Yeah,
now.
probably so.
Well, I'm not saying I no longer find other women attractive. Doug, I don't believe that ever happens. What I'm saying is, I don't think at 45, with a wife and 2 children, me hanging out at whatever cocktail lounge and introducing a 22-year-old, in a bikini is something that I'm looking to do at this particular moment in my
Really?
life. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think Action Jackson at 24, he is primed. He's considered the most eligible bachelor in St. Louis. This is an opportunity for him.
Not just the most eligible bachelor on this show, but in St. Louis.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially when you wear those pants, those Mugsy trousers, when you're so dangerous.
Yeah. This is the little cherry on top of the treat that is me.
And all the
Put that off.
superstars in this building we can get for judges.
I might short that play.
Hey, you man.
Hey, John, I know you've been working Cardinal games till midnight and then getting up at 6 to come in and do the K-Sheet Morning Show, but would you mind giving a score to a 22-year-old waitress from Hooters, Fairview Heights?
Well, that's just one. There's many. There's many here.
And I gave him.
Riz, I know you have a
Yeah.
20 share and get up at 2 to come in and do show prep at 3, but say, would you like to stay up and judge some girls for our show?
You could paint
Don't
it
see it
as
happening.
it's a pran builder.
Yeah.
I get Marshy Marsh.
Marshy Marsh and the Playful Posse.
Or maybe some of the Hall of Fame listeners could serve as,
Oh, my.
as judges.
Iggy, how about Beer Cats?
Yeah, that'd be
I
a
got
good
nothing
one.
to do with this.
Biff would be a good one.
You can get who you want.
Daddy P.
Daddy Padre be another nice one.
No,
Biff's
you,
a
want,
real-
you want judges that people have heard of. Why do I keep?
What's going on? What's the problem?
Or a mouse.
No, I keep getting my foot stuck in this stool. It's got a step stool. I need one for this little chair.
You've got perfect stool.
Yeah, but then my foot gets underneath this thing and I can't get it out.
All right.
Any listeners around the donut area, let me know. In Creve Coeur. I really wish I would have picked up a donut. This
Really, you
morning.
need someone to deliver you a donut?
Well, I can't. Good
You
faith,
can't
go
do
out
it
and get it
yourself.
myself. I need
It's on
3-minute
them.
breaks.
Yeah. What kind of donut would you like?
Anything.
Harrison's brother Master is back. He says, hey, Strode Bag, if you were 17 when you graduated high school in 75 and met the cheerleader in 79, you were a minimum of 21 at that time. What do you have to say for yourself? That's from Harrison's brother Master. He is adamant on this.
Well, I believe I said it was my third year. I went to spring break my first 2 years from college. In the third year with Frank and my brother, we weren't in college anymore. We just went. So if I graduated in 75, my first spring break would have been in 75. My second spring break would have been in 76. And my third spring break would have been
77.
So you do the math.
Well, when your first spring break have been in 76, because you graduated in assumingly spring of 75, so the next year's spring break was
No, then I went to
76.
college after that.
Right, but then it would be 76 for spring break.
Well, we go to spring break usually in winter for some reason.
Gotcha.
And this one I did. Because it wasn't even really your typical spring break. We just went. It was cold and we went. There were people there.
This guy's trying to stick you with
Regardless,
some
what does it
pedophilia
matter?
charges.
What does it matter? You don't know how old she was.
No. Officer, she looked 30.
Maybe she was held back 2 years in high school and
That's
she was
probably it.
20. Why don't you just
You
go
probably
with that?
flunked.
Go with that assumption.
Yeah.
What are you worrying about what I did 40, 50
I don't
years
know.
ago?
Yeah, it's been a while now.
I know some 13-year-olds.
Been a while now.
Oh my God! You can't even tell a story anymore.
No.
People just dissecting it.
I know.
Guys, Daddy Padre hosted a Twitter Spaces last night titled Matthew Kachuk Traded and was blindly inviting national and local riders to join. I listened for like 2 minutes, and it was just Daddy Padre and his boy having a dude bro conversation. That's from Kevin's brother, Jack Demoff.
That true?
Doug, were you involved in this
I was
show?
not. I was watching the All-Star game.
He's just a guy that he wants to be so important, but he's not.
Yeah. Well, you could say that about all of us.
Yeah.
No, most of us like going under the radar.
I don't know. You kind of like your time in the spotlight, don't you?
I mean, I do this for a living.
Yeah.
I've already said, take the camera off me. I don't care.
Your star is so bright it can't be dimmed.
No, I mean, I have fun doing this. I do it for a living, but
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not begging for people to talk about me, please. Oh, I can't come on the show anymore. I need my time.
There's always that. Yeah.
Fill up the pretzels down in Cherokee.
Oh.
Pretzel Jackie.
There we
He's a
just-
vending machine
There we go.
magnate.
We just talked about you, so go ahead and download that and tape it and then use it.
Yeah.
First time caller. I just wanted to. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a diehard Yankees fan.
I just, tonight was a rough
Yeah,
night.
you know what? I'm done. Goodbye.
Oh.
I can't.
Got a short leash
What
from
did I
that
say? He's
guy.
an Iggy fan?
A Yankees fan.
Oh, Yankees.
You heard Yankees and assumed he said Iggy?
I thought it was somebody calling our show until I heard Francesa.
Oh, did you?
Guys, is Pepper and Jeannie accept calls during the show? It's in the Trill side. You guys taking calls?
Yeah, we don't look at the phones, though.
I don't know how to do it. Krause's over there.
That'd be a tough one.
No, because we only go like 10, 15 minutes. We don't have time for calls. We got takes. Yesterday, Doug
What'd you guys
barged
have?
in, and Doug started yelling about something yesterday.
Uh-oh, Doug, what's going on?
I don't know. They were whining too much about something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, we don't remember either.
Oh, it's about how terrible the home run derby is.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
Under the radar from the guy who literally has a hijack siren specifically for him. Jesus, self-awareness is at a new low. That's from Eugene Levy's Browbush.
He does have good eyebrows.
So I shouldn't
He does.
talk on the
Dense.
show? I mean, I'll stop talking if you like.
Eugene Levy is one of those guys that's funny, even if he doesn't say anything funny.
Yeah,
To
you're
just
right.
look at him, he's funny.
All right.
I think he's Canadian.
He is.
I think so.
Very
yeah.
proud.
Yes, Bob.
Yes, I wanted to talk about Tom Brady, and I also wanted to talk about Phillip Rivers.
Well, go ahead.
I also wanted to talk about Carson Wentz and Drew Brees, Andrew Luck.
All right, get rid of him.
Still the best one.
It took 5 players to say get rid of him.
Still the best one.
The Illsider. Icky, didn't you vanquish him?
I did. It was a good match. I don't win until 18.
Good match.
Guys, call the podcast when it only goes 11 minutes. That's from the Illsider.
Bro.
We don't call it a podcast. We call it Pepper and Jeannie Show.
I had carbonation in me. I burped. My bad. But we said it at the beginning and during the show that, with time constraints, it's only going to be about 10 or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like a little peppermint after dinner.
A little cup of tea.
Yeah.
You dip your beak
Some
in
port?
Yeah, a little port, Tim, after some chicken tenders.
It's just enough to listen to for your drive to work. By the time you get there, it's over.
I think the Open says the Pepper and Jeannie Show. It doesn't say the Pepper and Jeannie Podcast.
Oh, Doug.
What's the difference?
Well, he thinks the podcast has got to be an hour long.
How long does it have to be?
I don't know. I've done my Straight to the Web podcast is 30 minutes when I do interviews.
If I uploaded an hour of Pepper and Jeannie a day, I think Tommy would be, let's shorten it to 20 minutes.
Yeah. You think he'd care?
I think Doug is correct.
Well, that is correct.
Running
but if he
6
was,
different radio stations.
Yeah, he doesn't even know we're still doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
they'll
probably
care.
true.
They'll care if it starts to be a problem for somebody.
We've been we haven't said anything controversial.
No.
We've been pretty good.
You did not like the home run derby. That's when I had to step in.
Well, I think my premise was I don't like all the kids out there.
Well, that's been going on forever.
Don't you think they have fun running around chasing fly
They're
balls?
fun until somebody gets hurt.
They got hurt, was it last year? Some kid got hurt, and it was unfortunate. Like, the kid was, being helped off the field.
Oh, no.
And then they cut back to Pete Alonso, who was at the plate, and the song was playing, and he was kind of dancing. And there was a really awkward production, because this kid's, probably 12 years old, hobbling off the field, and Pete Alonso's dancing.
No, I'm sure it's fun for the kids, but I mean, there's always that one 16-year-old kid that's 6 foot. That all these kids are it's like, the Green Giant and all these people at his feet, and they all go running for a ball, and this big kid just kind of runs and gets it, and 9 kids are trampled trying to get to the ball.
I think probably they shouldn't have kids as young as 12 out there trying to catch major league line drives.
Right.
That
it
could
looks
be a
about as
problem.
fun as you could have as a kid.
Yeah, that was my
Go
whole
out there
point.
and just shag balls for the home run derby.
It looks fun, but
Maybe
there's too many of
an
them.
age limit.
Guys, why are there Pepper and Jeannie time constraints? Strode got to get back to the Beat Lab and paint a couple posters in his bedroom with seed. That's from a kid on a dirt bike out there.
Well, a lot of times we have sound stories and
Little Tommy Tribbins.
I mean, it's just management. We talked about Pepper and Jeannie in meetings, and we the honey hole is like 15 to 25 minutes.
Right.
You really want an hour of me and Iggy?
Well, I don't.
No, he doesn't. Tommy Tribbins bitches about everything.
I couldn't imagine.
He's a neighborhood kid. He's on summer break.
Yeah, well, get off your bike and go do something for a living.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine listening to an hour of me and Iggy giving takes on stuff we didn't watch, things we don't know about.
Yeah, that's the best.
Anal and sex.
The hottest takes are usually stuff that neither of you guys have viewed.
Yeah, we bashed the home run derby, and I didn't watch a second of it. But I have takes, so.
I enjoyed the Pepper and Genie episode a few weeks ago where Ken talked about a basset hound eating his ass. What in the world?
Yeah.
That's Al in Dadeville, who's a Janet stan, by the way, he says.
I saw a text yesterday on one from Janet in Dadeville.
Never said that.
I don't know if you said that exact, but I was talking about when I, make love with Madison.
What?
It's love making.
Is it?
And we'll be able to kick 2 of the 3 dogs off the bed.
Right.
But old Gus kind of chills.
He doesn't care.
And in certain situations, we do have to stiff arm him.
Oh.
Get a little kick. And I think Iggy brought up a basset. I thought the basset hound was just looking at your ass. I didn't know.
Oh.
I don't believe you said it licked it.
No.
But I could be wrong.
I've
This
never
is a
had a
few
dog
weeks
lick my
ago.
ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a few weeks ago.
I've never had anybody lick my ass.
Oh.
I wouldn't,
All right.
I wouldn't let anybody get close. I don't want anybody down there.
I have no idea what the topic was at the time, but I remember the
I
conversation.
think I asked you, do you ever put peanut butter on it? You think people ever put peanut butter on and let their animals go to work?
Oh, yeah, that was it. See, again, do you want an hour of this?
No, I've seen movies. That's why I'm asking the question.
This is actually documented by Hollywood and backed by investors.
No, in a movie. Not
that was the question.
X-rated movie.
Oh,
I'm saying you think that really
I'm
happens.
surprised that's legal, candidly.
You think that really happens in real life. Now, they never show it. They just kind of give you the impression that's happening.
If you can imagine it, some goofballs out there doing
Oh,
it.
100. That's what I totally get. 100%.
Yeah.
People are weird.
No kidding.
People are strange.
My basset hound
when you're a stranger.
couldn't even jump on the bed, I don't believe. They got those tiny little
Tiny legs.
Oh,
Legs
yeah.
built for digging.
You need a ramp.
They dig holes.
Mine was still a puppy.
I'm curious.
They can smell, too. Got the long snoot. And they can dig. They can't run worth a lick. Can't jump, and they got no
a couple
hops.
of jokes that just are too X-rated, but yeah, I agree.
Oh, my.
We'll save it for Pepper and Genie.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is, a deep tease for Pepper and Genie.
All right.
Jackson has peppered me with wonderful questions. He comes up with these questions for Balloon Party. And, I was looking at him when you sent him over last night, and I thought, look at this guy. All 4 for today.
Sweet. Yeah, I was.
Rock solid. You were on the high of firing 74 yesterday.
I think the final number was 87, which is rough.
Tiny little 87.
And just I felt like a little sun-dried tomato yesterday. It was.
Put that off.
It was hot, and but you know what? We power through it. We battle through adversity, survive in advance. Some more cliches.
Were you playing a match?
It's small little action, nothing crazy.
I mean, you say you advanced. I thought you were playing something.
When it's this hot, maybe you ought to just limit it to 9 holes.
No, it wasn't. It only got bad towards the end because 4 or 5 o'clock's the hottest part of the day, and so you go home. But then you take a cold shower and pound some H2O and feel like a new man again. And then you send some hot questions for a balloon party.
And then you got to cook. You got to cook for yourself. It's hard, isn't it, to cook for one?
Throwing a couple chicken breasts in the air fryer is not what I'd describe as hard.
Oh,
I do it every night.
Is that right?
Yeah, just.
What was your side dish, boy?
I actually just had 3 chicken breasts.
Yeah, that's how I ate too when I was.
I just took some seasonings, and I had that Red Hot Riplet seasoning too.
Ooh, nicely done.
Yeah, mixed that with some black pepper and garlic and onion powder, and threw some Red Hot Riplet seasoning on there. And
if the chicken's really good, you don't need anything else.
Cyberg sauce.
I disagree.
Just
The
chicken.
seasonings are great. I did pasta salad last night.
I love pasta salad.
It was good. Had nice chunks of bacon just to give it that texture.
Oh.
And it was pasta salad. It grows on slowly getting more into it, and it was phenomenal.
What noodle did you use?
The rigatoni.
Oh, bold.
Yeah.
Very bold.
What
Tubular.
separates the rigatoni noodle from other noodles proper?
It's a thicker penne.
Yeah, it's a good fork noodle.
Don't you use corkscrew?
Usually
Fusilli?
use the corkscrew. Yeah, the fusilli. Yep.
Fusilli, Jerry.
See, we cook healthy at the house. It's just I destroy crap in like the morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
But our dinners are usually pretty healthy.
Where are the donuts? No one's brought a donut yet.
I
Yeah, what happened
highly
there?
doubt they're going to be bringing me donuts.
A couple would be nice.
I just wanted to throw the bat signal out. There's no forceful anything. If you happen to be around the Creve Coeur area,
Yeah,
certainly
pick
drop
up a
by.
donut. Come on.
There's one across the street. I've never seen a car in that parking
I
lot.
think it's Donut Holes or Whole Donuts.
I've never seen a car in there.
Donut holes, whole donuts.
Yeah, there's a hole in it.
Well, I fried chicken last night, so.
No, do you really? Do you fry it yourself, or do you go to like a
Yeah,
place?
no, I fried it, but I'm terrible at fried chicken.
I am too.
So I'm to the point now where I fry it for like 1 minute in a cast iron skillet on both sides, get the crust crispy, and then I throw it in the oven for like 40 minutes because I can't fry chicken. I got to get an air fryer.
Well, why bother to fry it if you're going to throw it in the oven for 40
Well,
minutes?
because I want that crispy skin.
You want that grease.
Yeah, I still bread it, and then I fry it to get that crispiness, and then I put it in the oven to finish it off. 'Cause I can't fry chicken. I mess it up.
Okay.
I got to get an air fryer.
Oh, they're great.
Oh, yeah.
The best.
Oh, they're game changers. I have like a conventional oven air fryer style. Like it doesn't have the bottom, but it has like 3 racks, and it's the best. It is unbelievable. You can cook anything in it.
Donuts?
I don't know if I'd try that. I like them soft.
It's key for reheating sweet pizza or stuff like that because it re-crisps it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you can take home fries from a restaurant, throw in the air fryer for like 5 minutes, and it'll come back out like it's fresh and hot.
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
seriously a game changer.
Like when you reheat pizza.
How do you do?
We make
You do that with
salmon-
Wingy Wingy?
Wingy pizza,
wingy, Doug.
anything that you want
Yeah.
to make, like, because the microwave kind of makes things soggy.
Yeah.
But like anything you want to re-crisp or like just kind of reheat properly, air fryer is the only move.
Fish is so underrated in it. We do salmon Caesar
that right?
salads once a
Wow.
week, and
Yeah.
it is like seriously, the salmon is absolutely picture perfect.
Easy to clean up too. Like as long as you like cover it in
Yeah.
cooking spray before you do it, mostly is a very easy cooking or cleaning process.
Good knowledge. That's what I say. Hey, the summer heat is here. I was just talking about the forecast. Sweet mother of mercy. 104 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday. High at 99 today,
a dry
99 tomorrow, 100 on Friday, 104 on Saturday, 102 on Sunday. I don't know what to say about this, but a lot of storms in the forecast every day next week. I know what that's about, so the temperatures will cool off. But with the summer heat here, that makes it the perfect time to train for a new career, one that gets you out of the weather and into a career you will love. IT and Centric can train you for that career in IT in just 4 months. Want a career with unlimited opportunity? That's IT. Want a career where you can work from home? That's IT. Want a career where you don't give an F whether it rains or it's sunny at 99 degrees? That is IT. And Centric can make that happen for you even if you have no IT experience. If you are not happy with your job, call Patrick Nealon at Centric Training today, and he'll walk you through Centric's hands-on program and show you how they can get you started in your new IT career. And then the only time you're going to have to worry about the weather is when you have baseball tickets. So call 314-450-4714. 314-450-4714, or go to centric.com/STL. That's CENTRIQ.com/STL. Technology is the future of St. Louis. Centric can make it your future. Think about it. All right, we are in our Munganast 7 o'clock hour, even though it's 8:23. We have the Munganast Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Doug, still 290 days or so, or something like that, 250 days until the Masters. But in 2022, you have won 3 majors, so congratulations.
Right.
Now you have to try to bounce back and perform in Minnesota at the 3M.
Well, yeah, I don't care so much about those.
Hell of a field.
It's just the majors that I really focus on.
I think this is
when
Chris
close my
Nagel's
eyes.
week. This is Chris Nagel's week.
I think he'll play well this week.
Look at that.
He's not sick.
You gonna put him on your team?
I may. I didn't. I put this together Tuesday.
Put him on your team if you have such confidence.
Well, I have a St. Louis guy on there, so.
Well, what about Nagel? I have 2.
Well, maybe I'll change it before we do it. I don't know.
Wow,
Okay.
deep tease, Doug.
But I do-
How are you going to react to this, Doug?
Well, same way I always react. I'll close my eyes and blindly pull a name out of a box.
But can I say something about Jamie? Because Jamie Burkhardt is the best.
Munganast, StLouisAccurate.com.
Who sponsors us
Email
making
me. I'll
fools of
introduce you
ourselves.
to him. T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com.
He sponsors us making fools of ourselves every Wednesday. I put some gobble information on the fan page, and he reached out and he said, I'm donating 2 gift certificates for $250 worth of mechanical work.
Oh, wow.
Dude. This guy is an absolute legend.
And I
Jamie
said,
Burkhardt is a machine.
I said,
Doug.
Jamie, you don't have to do that.
One of
You're
the
already-
greatest partners this show has had.
Yeah,
in nearly
I
2
mean, he's so
decades.
nice.
Customer first business. It's unreal, like unmatched. Nobody is pissed in there. Everybody is in a good mood, both customer and employee. I freaking love those guys.
So I told him, I said, Jamie, you're awesome. I said, but you're already donating to the Gobble Bowl with the DraftKings. He goes, well, I'm doing both, and I know you and Doug aren't winning a ton of money, but it doesn't. But it
I
doesn't.
won some last
For the
week.
kids.
Yeah, but he said it doesn't matter because I put $800 in there, but I'm at the end of the year for Gobble Bowl, I'm still donating $1,200.
How do you do?
I mean,
I mean,
the
it's
guy
just
is,
How does everybody do this
He's
morning?
too good to be true.
he
Unbelievable.
is the best.
Him and Clayton and
And the
Peter
cars are
and
too good to
everybody.
be true. That Toyota Highlander they've got me driving is just fantastic.
Oh, that TLX, Doug, or TRX?
Listen,
That
nice
thing
with.
is.
Listen, nice
yeah,
with.
I
So thank you,
got
Jamie.
a lot of us, man. I got a lot. Jamie Burkhardt, I will be happy to introduce you to him. Email me, T. McKernan at InsideSTL.com, TMCKERNAN at InsideSTL.com. It is Munganess, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour online at stlouisacura.com and AltonToyota.com. And the sponsor of the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown, which is coming up on the Captain's Log here in our Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour and in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour, the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Don't forget our partner this week you will get at TMA Trivia Night this Saturday at St. Gabriel's, and that's Uncle Leo's Pizza. Have it Friday, have it tonight for that matter, have it Thursday, it doesn't matter. That pizza and those wings, and now Fungo told us the burgers are legit as well. You can get it from Uncle Leo's, and portions of the proceeds are going to our charity partner for the Trivia Night, which is Friends of Kids with Cancer. It is Uncle Leo's. Friday night is pizza night here on TMA. We close out our 7 o'clock hour at 8:27. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Check out listener rewards on the new TMA mobile app. Watch the show live on the TMA studio cams. Find it at TMASTL.com. Get the podcast on the TMA app. Download it now.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Hey, Tim, so we sold out the golf tournament in 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, real passionate audience.
So let's do a trivia night and charge like $85 a person?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, for sure.
Yep, $85. That's the ticket.
You've just heard the stupidest conversation ever. We didn't sell this one out in 3 minutes or even 3 weeks. So here's the new deal. Get single tickets to TMA Trivia Night for $50 or $400 for a table of 8. Hosted by TMA, and it's all about TMA and St. Louis sports. July 23rd at St. Gabriel's. $50 get you beer from Urban Chestnut, food from Salt and Smoke, late night food from Uncle Leo's Pizza, and a whole bunch of trivia. This isn't some weirdo porn star thing. It's just a bunch of food and a bunch of drinks and some sports trivia, so bring the wife. And it's happening at a Catholic grade school. Come on, man. Portion of the proceeds benefit Friends of Kids with Cancer. $50 while supplies last. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Strode. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
There's a new whiskey in town, Fistful of Bourbon's the name, and going down easy is their game. The kin behind Fistful has spent over 100 years concocting the finest blend of 5 whiskeys this side of the Smokies, making it the smoothest bourbon your mouth will ever feel. This is the kind of complexity that can only be accomplished with good old-fashioned hard work and sound alchemy.
Get wise. Pick up a bottle today. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy Fistful responsibly.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, the HomeLoanExpert.com, and you are always looking for a way to help people out, and the Hero Loan VA is a perfect example of that.
Absolutely. That's how we give back to our military and to their families. We close VA loans 21 days or less. Heck, I'd like to tell you 14 because we're doing them in 14 and less, but I can guarantee that 21 days or less on a VA loan. And you can buy a house with no money down. You can refinance and cash out up to 100% of your appraised value. Truly is one of the best programs out there. Get the loan that you deserve today at HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
I'm gay. Now.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Okay, so it is a Sick Queen Wednesday. It is. It's Ryan Kelly Morning After. Appliance Discounters, 8 o'clock hour. Appliance Discounters, a wonderful sponsor of the program. Long time, too. Your hometown appliance source featuring major brands like GE. It's Appliance Discounters. Get involved in the show by texting into the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox 314-881-TMA5, 314-881 TMA5 is how you can text into the show. Engineered Designed Facilities. That's what EDF stands for. EDF's Fire Division is now testing, inspecting, and maintaining the fire systems on all commercial kitchen and restaurant hoods. If you have visibility to your company or place of businesses, commercial fire alarm panel and system, please email fire@edf-rg.com. They'll have a technician come out and provide a free evaluation of your system and offer the most competitive contract pricing in the market. You can also check them out anytime at edf-rg.com, the official commercial fire alarm services and solutions provider of TMA. It's Engineered Designed Facilities, EDF. You can also call in, like Mr. Licks does, 636-9004-TMA. Steve Schmidt Kia of North County phone line, 636-9004-TMA. Or compete in our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which comes your way in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour at 9:45. Action Jackson and I will have Balloon Party for you on 101 ESPN from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. The TMA listeners have infiltrated, and there's a bit of a civil war in the listenership of Balloon Party right now. And Jackson and I, we just try to moderate the whole thing. That's what we do from 10
Best
to
we
11.
can.
Yep. Pepper and Genie comes your way. That'll be up on the TMA podcast feed, along with, of course, TMA, Balloon Party, and the Tim McKernan Show podcast, which this week is a deep dive into the history, the significant American history that was the Girl Next Door contest. That is on the Tim McKernan Show podcast. So there it all is for you. It is our Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. My name is Timothy Michael McKernan. Sitting across from me is Douglas Elvin Vaughn. And the Plowhawk sitting behind me in the Horton Watkins studio is Action Jackson. And Ken Strode is standing below us outside smoking a Salem.
He's on assignment.
I was telling Plowsy earlier this morning, I said, is there a more famous combination in St. Louis radio than the Salem's on top of a cell phone that is most certainly on the volume on?
About 15 minutes into our first segment, he gets up and walks out like the cock. Yeah.
He's like irritated that we have live endorsements that pay his salary.
I do notice that whenever I start my Bugsy read, I just see Iggy walk out.
Sighs and walks away. What about the video that gentleman created of when I was reading the compliments to Jay Jr. and that was pretty good. I have to tip my cap to the creator of that.
The slow.
That wasn't let me make this clear. Us on the show wanting Jay to join the show is not going, oh, we want Iggy out or anybody out. It's adding. We've always enjoyed Jennings on the show. So I want to make that clear.
Oh, sure.
So I wanted to have Jay in while we were all in, because usually he's in filling in for somebody. So that's why Jay and I were talking about, let's have you in while I'm in town and you're not filling in for me. So that's the reason. That's my campaign, is
to get Jennings on the
And
program.
he got so many good stories too. I mean, that family lineage that he has, state senator and dad, worked for the Marlins, the Cardinals, Fairmount. I mean, it's just all.
My favorite TMA all day segment is Jay Jr. playing golf with Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Story about him playing with Jordan.
What, Clabe set that up, right?
Yeah, but Jordan didn't like that he was good, so he brought him out the next day.
Because he wanted to beat him?
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah, maybe Jay will get a golf course closer to town here someday soon. That'd be nice.
He really resurrects any golf course he's at, and that kind of shows, the
That's what he
popularity
does.
of him.
He's a golf course whisperer.
He is.
Yeah, he seriously is. What he did to Normandy and, what he did to Gateway and now Sullivan, it's obviously he's a very highly wanted man there, Doug, in the golf realm in St. Louis.
Guys, that would be, that video was epic. Jay is the best, and every story does not end with him as the victor. That's from Steve in Wild.
Damn.
Well, I was the victor last Friday.
Who's next? I mean, this is like Goldberg. Who's next? Going to give you another $200?
Somebody texted me or DM'd me and said, I'm a 7. I said, no, I want to play somebody who's about the same as me. It's the people that are about the same handicap as me so I can kick your ass. Those are the ones I want to play.
The real test is when you end up finally potentially losing a match.
Well, yeah.
Will you complain that the guy wasn't the handicap he said he was? He beat me.
Well, if that's the case, I'll complain. If the guy goes
Well,
out
how are
and
you
shoots.
really going to know?
Well, if the guy goes out and shoots like a 76 and he says he's a 17.
At the
yeah,
round of his life.
Yeah, see, if the Illsider won on 18, you wouldn't have been mad.
No,
because
that
it
was
went
about
to
as even
18.
as it gets.
You went to 18, and
I feel kind of bad for Steve because, I don't think he was an 18 or 19. It was more like a 24. If I'd have known that, I'd have given him pops. 'Cause I think I beat him 8 and 7.
Well, you could tell about halfway through, and then maybe you give him pops then.
it's the fella.
No, because we both, we hit 2 off the first. And we both kind of topped a drive on one, and we both hit 2. Our second ones were pretty good. So, his first drive was down the left side of the fairway.
Doug, let's take a look at his first drive. What did you see here?
I didn't see it. I don't need to see his
Either
first
way,
drive.
people, well, that's what handicaps are for. I'm a 7, but you're going to get some pops. And no, I've said I want to play somebody who's close to me. We'll play heads up, no pops, and put your money where your mouth is. If you're like a 16, 17, 18, we'll play straight up.
You think you can beat any 16 or 17 in town?
If I didn't think so, I wouldn't play him.
Wow.
Damn.
I mean, that is a message that has been sent to the St. Louis metropolitan area.
I guess it has been.
Well, it's got to be a listener.
There's not a lot of guys who regularly shoot 97 or 8 and walk around with their nose up in the air like I can handle anybody.
Well, I'm up 400.
Okay.
But I had no takers so far. Just the guy who said he was 7.
Guys, I've noticed that Ken plays life on beginner mode. It makes his daily fantasy opponents draw his players blindly from a box, only plays golfers who suck. What is life without growth and adversity? Thanks. That's Juan from PP Corp. Doug, you know him as the owner and proprietor of Tiffany Smooth's OnlyFans account.
Yeah, I hope that account's going well.
He's right on most occasions. On Golf Rival, I'm at like 35,000 on stage 16, and when I go to play these tournaments every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I play beginner. I play beginner mode.
Do you?
Because I know I'll shoot 30 under, and I'll collect 50,000 coins. I could play advanced, which I am, but it's harder, and I could win 100,000 coins, but I probably won't shoot 30 under.
What do you do with these coins?
30 under and 18?
Off track.
I just play 34 under. Well, because I'm playing.
34 under.
Why don't you make it? Why don't you set the difficulty harder?
Because then I don't have the clubs to probably get to 30 under, and I wouldn't get 100,000 coins. I'm still at Batwing 6.
Why do you need the coins?
To buy clubs and balls and things.
To be even better at the little video game that's designed for kids. 13,
I've been
14.
playing this since the pandemic. When we went to lockdown, I had nothing to do. I was trying to find something to do, so I downloaded this game. I've been playing it for almost 2.5 years.
Let's get you a PlayStation.
I have a what do you call it? The
360.
No, what's the one that came out? The little mini one that came out 4 or 5 years ago that had
PSP?
Super Mario on it, like the small edition.
Oh, the Nintendo Switch?
Yeah.
Those are highly sought after.
Not the Switch. It was the first one that came out. It was Nintendo
DS?
Yeah.
Oh, those things stink.
I went
Oh, you
from
having the
sawdust
best
to
Yeah, I know.
steak.
Jackson was high, and then he was
Well,
low.
the Nintendo Switch is awesome.
But this is perfect. It's got all the old Nintendo games in it. I play Super Mario.
And you can shoot 34 under on an 18-hole course.
Well, the wind is with him.
No,
so
it's
you're
just-
shooting like a 38. You're basically 2 shots a hole.
I eagle almost every hole, and then I'll throw an albatross in there, and a hole-in-one on the par threes.
So good.
But I'm playing an easier course. That's
Yes.
why I don't get as many coins.
All right.
I'll-
And these
I'll-
coins are important to you.
Well, yeah, because I can't buy clubs, or I don't spend any money on the game. There's people that are spending $100 a week on this thing, and they're
Doug, how much do you spend?
I'm
Zero.
beating
$0
everybody
on video games.
I play somebody that's got these balls that they're like shark balls. They go through the water and then whing and then fly out of the water into the hole.
This is what you're
They're
concerned
buying
about.
these balls.
Let me get this straight. Ken, who refuses to pay for golf in real life, will pay on a video game. Grow up! That's some Arbor Day.
I just said I haven't spent a dime on this game. Other people do. You can spend money and buy balls and
Why would you?
gems. These people do. They think
Why?
they're look at me. I'm 50,000. I just kicked your ass. Well, yeah, you got a Batwing 9. I got a Batwing 6.
Well, the signal is strong this morning via HD into Old Appleton because the Old Appleton stepdad says nobody, and I mean nobody, cares about your stupid children's golf game.
Sometimes it's just so stupid you can't even make it up.
Yeah.
Doug, speaking of that, it's time for you to beat a guy by drawing names out of a box.
Okay.
It's the Munganest Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Congratulations to Doug Vaughn. He has brought the claret jug in while wearing his green jacket. This man won 3 majors this year drawing out of a box. It's presented to you by Munganest, StLouisAcura.com, and AltonToyota.com. The great Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganest, and everybody at St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota. Thank you for your sponsorship here in our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. Doug, you have the box first after you walked out of
Okay.
St. Andrews with the claret jug.
Now, Jamie Burkhardt just texted me there during the break, and he asked if Doug can have Chris Nagel and then 5 other golfers.
I think that'd be good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's got.
want to be good.
So Doug already has Nagel.
And now I have Chesson Hadley.
You're gonna have a lot of no-namers in this.
Well, I'm sure he enjoys hot dog stands.
Chesson shows up. Chesson shows up like once every 6 months.
I've never heard of it, guys. I'm
No, I
excited.
haven't either.
He's a tall, lanky player who will occasionally, as Iggy said, pop up at the lesser field events.
Okay.
Iggy is opening an envelope.
No, I need a. Plowsy, can I borrow your pen?
Oh,
You need to pick 2 now because I got Chris Nagel as the first one.
Okay. You got Nagel and Chesson?
Yeah, that's what I had. Hadley is his last name, 7,300.
Oh man, I didn't know that was his last name.
Yeah. You may want to drop him.
Well, you never know. You never know. Of course, the
All right, so
majors is what I really
I'm going to.
You're more of a
concentrate
major
on.
guy.
I'm trying to find my.
Kepka box drawing.
Trying to find my 7,000.
Just give us the 2 names.
I got 2 7,000s.
Who'd you get?
7,700. I'm only playing him because he plays well here every once in a while. And this is a
would it be?
terrible field.
Who is it?
On Svensson or Fowler?
No, yeah, good choice. Maybe he's got a. This will be the week he does something. Go with Ricky.
Okay, now Ricky.
Keith Fowler. Okay, now what's the other name?
This is the worst field in the history of golf, and Fowler's,
Okay, you're making
Fowler's
excuses.
7,700. And then I'm only going with this guy because he had a nice comment on Chris Nagel's post about making it. He said, "Let's go." So I'm going with Emilio Grillo.
Nice.
Because he said, "Let's go."
Yeah,
Emilio Grillo.
that was a nice comment. He was
Okay.
giving Nagel a little "Let's go, buddy." So
Okay, I've chosen another one. It's old Troy Merritt.
Troy Merritt is a Minneapolis native, and, well, Doug, maybe that'll work to his advantage. He's a wide delta player, isn't he?
He's a kind of player that I would say is wide delta.
Did he play well last
There are some that are narrow delta. He's rather wide as far as his delta.
2 R's, 2 T's in his name.
That's correct. Typical spelling of Troy.
Yeah.
I was talking about Merritt.
Yeah, I was talking about the first name.
A guy that I think is going to win here eventually, University of Illinois. As I told you, I talked to Mike Small about this guy.
Yeah, Small knows about everybody.
And he said he just drives the ball so well. So I'm going Nick Hardy.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, I think Nick Hardy's a nice
Hardy.
play, actually.
I played him a couple weeks ago and he did well. Made the cut. That's well for me.
Okay, I'm choosing another one now. Okay, I got it. Old Mark Hubbard.
Homeless Hub's WD, so you're going to need to pick it.
Okay. I wish Mike Small had told me that.
Oh, Tim did. Why not just leave him on your team? Maybe he'll come back.
I'm not going to.
Maybe he's just kidding.
Lucas Glover.
Lucas Glover, one of the forgotten major winners who's out there still grinding. He'll occasionally pop up, too.
Okay, you better pop up this week.
Where am I at here? Yeah, let's go with the 8,500.
Okay, who is
a guy
it?
you picked a couple weeks ago. And a guy I like.
Oh,
this
you're going to the
week.
Postman?
I'm going JT Postman.
Doug the Postman.
Okay. Nice.
Postman had been playing really good golf. Then he traveled over to Scotland in St. Andrews and emceed. Maybe he'll bounce back this week on his home turf. Doug now reaching for the box for his 5th pick.
Oh, John, huh?
Boy, this is
John,
Iggy if you
huh?
don't win this week.
I played him a couple weeks ago, and I said, "You gonna make the cut?" Huh? No, he bogeyed 18 to miss the cut.
Oh,
Bring that down to balloon party at 10:05.
Dumbass.
Oh.
Yeah, he cost me money that week.
We didn't do it
He's the
'cause
only
he
guy
was
that missed the cut,
dumb.
and he bogeyed 18 to miss the cut.
Because he was dumb. He just simply missed a putt, as you do when you get nervous.
Oh, no.
And I already said I'm picking him coming in at 8,600. Adam Long, who I think finished second here a couple years ago. I think he also has a top 20 here.
Doug, did he finish second to Michael Thompson?
I'll ask Mike Small.
Last one, Doug.
Okay, could use a decent one.
It's the Heath.
I didn't get it. Henry Higgs.
Oh, Harry Higgs. Well, he's got a lot of marketing
Harry,
dollars,
yeah,
like Ricky Fowler, just not a lot of top performances. But maybe it's Harry Higgs and Ricky Fowler's week.
Well, when you leave 7,700 out on the table.
Yeah, Iggy,
God
if you think me and Doug are cheating, I think this is the week that shows we are definitely not. And that is a terrible
You didn't shake these up for a while. He's got 3 H's. Hadley Haw Higgs.
If you saw, I blended it like
I'm not even looking at the box when I pull the name
I'm just
out of
saying,
there.
you happen to have 3 H's.
It's not alphabetical. It's by
Okay.
price. But it's all shaken up, so it doesn't matter.
Well, my highest priced player is an H. Jimmy?
Hideki?
You going Hideki?
No, I'm going Adam Hadwin.
Oh.
Adam Hadwin.
Adam Hadwin, 9,600.
This is, Doug, this is one where you wonder about the motivation of the players. I mean, is Hideki Matsuyama flying over from St. Andrews and focused on the 3M, or would he just like to put in his work and get out of town and have the weekend to himself? Kind of the Brooks Koepka business model. But would a Sahith Theegala, for example, who's played some of the best golf under the radar without a win in 2022, would he be motivated after a nice weekend at St. Andrews and get his first PGA Tour win, whereas a Sung J M, a Hideki Matsuyama, and a Tony Finau might take the weekend off, so to speak? Does that factor in when you pick your roster?
Nothing. There is no factor. There is no factor at all. The only factor is, do all the names get put in the box? They get shaken up, and I look the other way, and I pull a name out.
Has it been announced Matsuyama's going to live, or is that just one of those speculative
speculation?
rumors?
We know David Faraday is. We know that. Charles Barkley is interviewing with Liv this week.
Dude,
Charles Barkley is
the
gonna be announced.
NBA fan base will absolutely blow.
That'll suck.
Oh, it'll be terrible.
I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Doug, what are your thoughts on this? I love David Faraday, and I love Charles Barkley, but I don't tune in to a sporting event because of the broadcasters. I tune in, and then if the broadcasters are entertaining or super informative, I mean, Romo can kind of be a little goofy, but I do enjoy when he, kind of projects what the teams are thinking, and then they actually do it as far as his play calling. But Barkley's entertainment and Faraday's entertainment, that isn't going to make me tune into Live Golf. And once again, it's not I'm anti-Live Golf. I'm all for these guys. If that's what they want to do and that's how they're going to make their money, God bless them. But I don't think that's going to make people tune in. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think?
I think as they add more big names like that, they probably add a little to their credibility.
Yes.
People will take it more seriously, maybe.
And if you're
Could be what
reading
they're thinking.
the stories now coming out that each team may potentially have a sponsorship. I know AT&T was thrown in the mix. Srixon was thrown in the mix. So you could have...
That is confirmed, or that's...
That was just strictly how I know Liv wants to go about it, and they are in talks with those companies. Now, nothing has happened yet, but those sponsorships are upwards of $1 billion per team.
I don't really think...
$1 billion.
I don't think they want people to take it seriously. I think they want people to tune in to have fun.
Yeah, I think Charles Barkley is... I mean, they're going to probably throw $100 million at him, I would think. Oh, yeah. Dude, he is... If you want your Live Golf to be on every social media outlet. You get a guy like Charles Barkley. What he did for NBA TNT is unreal. Jackson, you watch way more than I do, so I'm not for sure if I'm right on that. But
Barkley would.
He moves the needle.
Wouldn't that make
more
you
than
sad,
golf.
Jackson, if he went to that?
Be brutal.
He'd have to leave the NBA gig.
Yeah, the TNT gig is they have exclusive rights with him, so he has to do TNT. So he'd have to break his
Well,
contract.
maybe it would be that much money. I actually said no
be a
way.
lot.
Like they care about money. So yeah, I guess 100 million is not out of the question.
And Barkley wants to shut it down here soon, so
That's
if
the
he
perfect way
could
to do
do it, make more money than he's made in the past, in like 2 years, in the last 6 or 7.
Oh, he could have shut it down 10 years ago.
Yeah, but this is a good. And Faraday was a huge get for them too. Now I don't watch golf for David Faraday, and some people don't like him, so I get it. But I just think, like Doug said, the big names, not even in golf, just trying to get sponsorship, trying to get reputable announcers and commentators. That's a good start. Like that's sponsorship and marketing dollars and getting it on TV is certainly number one on their list, I'm sure.
There's a couple of people that, and maybe they have, and they just haven't. They said no, or they haven't brought it out. But a couple of people I thought for sure they would at least go after would be either Paige Spiranac or Holly Saunders. And Holly could probably do it in a thong and a bra.
Oh, for
which is
heaven's
pretty much
sakes!
what
You
she does now.
sexist pig.
No, that's what she does.
She does broadcasting in a thong and a
No,
bra?
that's all she does is video shoots and thongs.
I thought
and
she
now
was in a
naked
passionate relationship with Vegas Dave.
too. No, she's now dating Oscar De La Hoya.
Oh, the Golden Boy.
Yeah, I mean she lets people know too because she's. Me and Oscar were out last night. But
Did
now
she go,
but she's doing naked stuff now too. You have
Oh,
to-
is that right?
Yeah, you have to join her site, and it's all nudity.
Well, that would be an interesting
So
way to
the
take
only
this.
that's the only reason I said that Live Golf they have her do interviews in like bra and panties, and she would be fine with that because that's what she does.
Would you be okay with that?
It's not my life. I don't care what she does.
No, I mean as a viewer, would you be all right watching that if the golfers were interviewed by
I don't
someone
mind.
in
No,
bra and panties?
but depending on what audience, I really don't think they're going for the avid golf fan. I think they're looking for somebody that wants to have more fun with golf than watching them walk up and down the fairway every day, every night. That's just my opinion. I think that's what they're trying to do. That's
Well,
why Norm is throwing beers down to the people on the 18th green. So I don't know. Those are two people I think would bring viewers in.
It feels like every week the PGA Tour is getting a little bit more nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Smith, to me, would be
That would be
that's
it.
a number 2 player in the world, fresh off of a major. He's not on the other side of 40. That is a monster if that happens. And the way Cam Smith answered that question on Sunday certainly indicates that he's not closing the door on it. Doug, for our listeners who were interested in dating Emily Ratajkowski, she is back on the market. Emily Ratajkowski is planning to divorce her husband, Sebastian Bear McClard.
Bear McClard.
Just some random.
Who are these people? Why are they chirping?
God, he cheated on her. What an idiot, man.
After he allegedly cheated on her, a source close to Ratajkowski confirms to New York Post page 6. Yeah, he cheated, the source says. He's a serial cheater. It's gross. He a dog.
Oh, that's how she talks?
He a dog.
He a dog.
The pair sparked breakup rumors Thursday when Ratajkowski, who's 31, was spotted without her wedding ring. Emily Ratajkowski is back on the open market as she plans on divorcing her husband of 4 years after catching him cheating on her with a source from page 6.
A source?
What? He cheated on her with a source? That's a bad idea, jeans.
Probably
Can you like put that on your business card? I'm a source.
Probably said you should have said per a source probably.
When you're cheating on a girl like that, man, you just have problems.
Yeah, that's a
I
bad.
mean, dude,
And she's a model?
goddess.
She's a-
an
she
absolute
Model and
goddess.
actor.
One of the most
I'm stunning.
beautiful women I've ever seen, and I think she's incredibly brilliant on top of that, and super comfortable with her sexuality. I mean, she checks every single
She is
box.
the perfect woman. I cannot believe you would cheat on something like that. I would let her cheat anytime she wants if she was with me.
Boy, we probably ought to see who he cheated with. She must really be something.
Well, a source.
Yeah.
Let's go find all our sources.
Well, if you're a source for page 6, you're probably drop dead gorgeous.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, guys just I don't care how good looking the girl
What
is.
an
Every
idiot.
guy once strange at some point.
Oh, you got my pen.
Emily Ratajkowski in Gone Girl is so beautiful. It's unbelievable.
Who does she play in that?
She was Ben Affleck's side.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
God, she's
It's bananas to think that in some podunk Missouri town there'd be someone who looks like Emily Ratajkowski just chilling there.
Ben Affleck or Casey Affleck?
Ben. That's a good movie.
In Gone Girl?
Gone. You're thinking of Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone. That's my friend John Ashton was in that.
Don't you hear that, my friend?
Yeah. So I wasn't going to say anything, but I
Why
thought
would
that
you put
Casey
that in there?
Affleck's wife was just kind of plain.
No, Casey Affleck. And then Ben Affleck's wife in Gone Girl was Rosamund Pike. This was
correct.
Emily was the side woman.
Okay. I don't think I've seen that movie.
Guys, I think I'd cheat on my wife with Emily Ratajkowski. I think she'd let me also. Thanks. That's from Mr. Nipples.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, Madison said she's the most beautiful woman in the world.
Really?
So you have
This-
the green light. Should she come to St. Louis and
Yeah.
appear at St. Gabriel's on Saturday night?
Yeah, we had the conversation a couple years ago, so it wasn't recent. It wasn't because of this. I forgot what was brought up, but yeah, she's a huge fan. Doug, you're not?
No, yeah, if she's attractive. To say the most beautiful woman in the world, I don't know that I
think
see that.
it also matches her personality. She seems really cool. So that would be my number one pick.
Well, she's available.
Yeah, I don't have the time.
Maybe we can get her on Pepper and Genie.
You must know her, Iggy.
I didn't know who she was.
Oh. Well, put in a phone call.
I mean, I knew the name, but I don't really know much about her.
No, I don't either.
Guys, she has a weird belly button. Gross. That's from the 636.
Here we go. A bunch of Adonises from Festus.
What does her husband do? Is he like an oil baron or something?
Apparently, he's just like a guy.
He's just a guy.
The name just sounds like a count or something.
Sebastian Bear McLeod.
Oh no, he works. No, I remember. He's a producer. He produced Uncut Gems and Good Time, the two Safdie brother movies.
Oh, he's got money then.
Dude, imagine
Well,
being
those are
a buddy of his.
Well, if you're a producer in anything in movies, you got money.
If I'm a friend of his, I am bashing that dude's. I'm just.
Are you?
How do you give that up?
I told you.
Man.
He probably didn't think he'd get caught, and he wanted some strange. He got caught, and he's screwed.
What strange can compete with that? God
Guys
damn.
are like that.
She's a
guys,
dimer.
Source.
Guys are like that. And that's why guys are pigs. Guys are like that. They get the most beautiful woman in the world, the greatest woman in the world, and at some point they're going to try and cheat.
Guys, Sebastian Bear McLeod works in HD2 Radio.
I don't know that he does.
Well, that makes
How do you get
sense,
the nickname Bear?
That's his last name.
I thought it was his middle initial, like a count.
No, it's like,
Like
a,
Jack W. Nicholas.
Right. They have a child
W.
named Sylvester Apollo Bear.
Good luck that kid.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the male DNA is that the urge to spread the seed.
Clip that off.
It is amazing. Like I
Yeah.
just now, yeah, women
Goes back to
should
the
be
caveman
insecure
era.
about that because this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
I was dating a girl who was drop dead gorgeous, was a bartender at Cousin Hugo's. Beautiful body.
You dropped her, didn't you?
No, we had just got done having sex at her apartment. And her friend was there. Well, there were a few people there, actually. And they all left except for her best friend. Her best friend was staying over. I got out of the bedroom to go to the bathroom, and she was in there taking a bath.
Nice.
And I went in the bathtub and had sex with her. And then my girlfriend walked in the bathroom and saw it, and it was the end of that.
She left you.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would have never been with you in the first place.
But she was beautiful. And her girlfriend wasn't bad, but still, why would I cheat? I got a
Why
beautiful
did
girl.
you?
Well, because I was horny again.
Okay.
And she was just sitting in the bathtub naked. What am I going to do? Just not do something?
Say, excuse me for walking in on you.
Well, I did do that, and then she said, join me, and that was the end of that.
Oh, she said that to you. Join me.
Yeah. What am I going to do? Can I join her? She offered.
Guys, Ratajkowski's a good friend of Kim Kardashian. The divorce was inevitable. Thanks. That's on the 3 and 4. Well, if you're friends with Kim Kardashian, you get divorced? Is that the deal?
Oh, yeah, that's how you make
Probably
money.
so. How many times has she been divorced?
I think just once.
Yeah, the Kardashians are the cesspool of the earth.
Wow, a take. It's just out of nowhere.
Wow, that was hot. That was a hot take.
I saw a meme last night that said, I don't know if it was 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, what the meme was, but it said, number of rings last 20 years, J-Lo 6, Knicks 0.
Or Tom Brady 7.
You see Kylie Jenner took a private jet for a 12-minute flight. A 30-minute drive, and she took a private jet for a 12-minute flight, man. I mean, if you can do it, I guess, so be it.
They are really more famous for doing absolutely nothing than anyone I could think of.
Correct. She get paid $500,000 for every Instagram post.
Oh, come on. Every post?
Every post.
Who gives her $500,000?
The Jenners are billionaires.
Oh, she's a billionaire. She's an absolute billionaire.
But why would anyone give her $500,000 for a post?
Because she gets about 150,000 likes, and it's just.
So what?
Oh, more than that, yeah. But she just,
Is
that's
she
how you
selling
get-
products?
Yeah, she is a makeup company.
$1 billion.
She's $1 billion.
Wouldn't she just sit there and post all day? At $500,000 a post?
Well, when
She
you're
does.
already worth $1 billion, you just figure, what's another $500,000? I'm tired today.
And when you're a billionaire, you do those 12-minute private jet flights.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
That's probably her jet, so.
Well, I just think the point is, like, celebrities with carbon footprint. I don't think she's one of those, but I just don't think, even if I was loaded, I would take a 12-minute private jet flight when it's a 30-minute
Celebrities, nobody worries about their carbon footprint. John Kerry goes all over the world in private jets, complaining about other people's carbon footprint,
Yeah, I
while
think
he
that-
owns
I
yachts
agree.
and homes and planes.
I agree with you. But I saw that story, I thought it was funny.
If any of you had any on-topic stories about a Festus 7 that you bagged in the bathroom of a split-level house, now would be the time to share. That's from glove vlogger Tom
Yeah,
Draven.
I grew up in a split-level house. You walk in the front door, am I going to go downstairs to the family room? Or am I going to go
We
upstairs
lived
to
in
the
a
kitchen or the
tri-level
bedrooms?
for, 12, 14
You're faced with an immediate decision. You're going to go up or down the steps.
It's a great family home, though. So you got a couple bedrooms downstairs, a couple
Yeah.
bedrooms upstairs.
She was from Maplewood. She went from Festus.
Better.
Show him Budsman Brian Henshin is writing in, and he says, I like how Boots tried to ease into a hijacking moments ago by asking some mundane question about an irrelevant movie. When that one didn't stick, he threw caution to the wind and ham-handed his way into the conversation with another bizarre humble brag. Signed, Brian Henshin, Eugene the Cardinal Translator's, quote, very good friend, unquote.
Yeah.
Are you Cal May?
Eugene was a heck of a translator.
Well, the thing is, most of those guys spoke English, too. They just didn't want to.
Tim, hypothetically, because they could never be with a guy like you, who would you rather be with, Emily Ratajkowski or Sydney Sweeney? Thanks for your time. Mr. Nipples, wow.
Great question. It's a
Mr.
no-brainer.
Nipples has put me to the test.
It's a no-brainer.
You say it's Emily Ratajkowski?
100%.
Oh, no. It's the opposite for me.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I'm with Iggs.
No way. Sydney Sweeney is one step away from crying every time I look at her. She got two watery eyes, man. She is absolutely stunning, but nah, it's a no-brainer. It's Ratajkowski.
Oh, you like watery eyes or no?
This is the one that's absolutely stunning. Seriously?
Thank you.
Well, I thought you said you
myself.
prefer Sydney
Why did I
Sweeney
say she was
over...
stunning? I would. Look at the boobs.
No, I know you're given the choice of Emily Ratajkowski
Look
or
at the
Sydney
boobs,
Sweeney.
Doug.
Yeah. I never said she was stunning.
Okay.
I think she's
understand those.
I think she's pretty.
But you're taking her over Emily Ratajkowski.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you consider Emily Ratajkowski attractive?
Yes. I look at the boobs.
That's it?
God.
You and Junior.
I mean, there's so many different things I could do with those.
Oh.
Man, it got uncomfortable.
No, I'm honestly
I don't see it.
What's uncomfortable? You asked me a question.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the
Emily's-
answer to the question.
Emily's gorgeous, but she doesn't have a massive rack. God, you ask a question, I answered it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I never said that Sydney Sweeney is stunning. She's just pretty. I'm used to sixes, so if I can get anything close,
Yeah, and
You ever had a 10?
many
Oh,
times. you know.
sure. It's a couple hundred. You know.
you have to have 110 after.
Sure.
In 500, you got to have a 10 in there.
You'd think.
And
But your number of 10s would be what, 100?
No, I don't think so.
No, 50?
No, I mean, look where I live. There's not a ton of tens
Well,
around.
say,
I
isn't it-
imagine there's nothing happening now. I just talking about your past.
Isn't it a sliding scale, though, in terms of what your definition of a 10 would be, to what Iggy's definition, 10 of mine?
Oh, absolutely.
At all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more into personality.
Well, Sydney Sweeney doesn't have that good of a personality compared to Emily Ratajkowski.
How do you know? You don't know either of them.
Sydney Sweeney is going to be the next Meryl Streep. You put that down right now.
Man.
Jackson, I got to short you on that.
Yeah,
It's the good or bad official prediction.
I'll go with Julia Garner.
I don't know, Jennifer Lawrence, maybe.
J-Lo's kind of slowed it down.
Yeah.
She's had a couple
she
kids.
She has some tykes.
Yeah, she is. God, she's so cool, man. If I could put a personality on anyone, it would be her personality.
She's a spitfire.
She's great. She is absolutely great. Pro weed, just pro live your life. Super great.
I think Julia Garner is the best actress out there right now.
Do you?
Most talented.
Doug feigns interest.
She may win 2 Emmys this year. She may win for Ozark and for Inventing Anna.
Oh my God, I'm in like episode 4 or 5 of that. Really good. That's it. That's all I want to say. But I didn't know it was gonna be good, so I waited a while.
It took me a while to figure out the accent. Then I saw an interview with her how she did it.
Well, how'd she do it?
Well, she listened to her talk, and she said at the same time she was filming Ozark when she was going back and forth doing this movie, and sometimes she would catch herself doing her Ozark accent, trying to be the accent of a Russian. So it was kind of like a mixture of both. She goes, I just kept it. I think it worked.
Yeah, she is really good. And young, too, which is, like, super rare to see that type of age just in 2 great shows.
Her agent is from St. Louis. I figured I'd have a shot there for the interview and never got back to me.
Darn him.
Did he really say he looks for a good personality after talking about it being all about the boobs? That's from Jonathan Ditzworthy.
I didn't want to say anything, but I noticed the same thing.
All about the boobs, but you asked me to one or the other. You asked me between Emily Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. That's the mouse show.
And Julia and Sydney Sweeney. Those are the only 2 choices you gave me.
Did you call her Emily Ratatouille?
Yes. That's good. Decent Disney movie. It was Disney, right?
Pixar, yeah.
Radikowski?
James Carlton's name's easy to say. It's good because he's my insurance agent. 314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. That's James Carlton. He's in Webster Groves. You can call there right now, and somebody in the office is going to pick up the phone and say, how can we help you? How can we save you money? That's what they do for home, for life, for auto. It's James Carlton. He is my insurance agent, and the customer service that they have in that office building is second to none. Go to carltoninsurance.net. Make the switch. You'll be happy you did. They do all the paperwork for you. It's James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. 314-961-4800. Or go online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton State Farm. Got another new sponsor on the program. Great to have Dents Express, Doug. Go see Gray. It'll make your day.
Go see Gray. It'll make your day. Gray Wilson. The Wilson family is family-owned and operated. 2 locations for Dents Express. We've got the one on Manchester, a little bit west of 270, and the one out in St. Charles. You know what they've got coming up now? They've got this toy drive for Christmas already. They're getting it going early. They got a toy drive, a car show coming up July 30th. It's a week from Saturday, 12 to 4 at their West County location on Manchester. They're going to have food and drinks and, of course, good fellowship. To enter your car for this car show, they ask you to donate $50 worth of unwrapped toys. Their technicians will be repairing door dings for toys throughout the show. They'll remove a quarter-sized ding when you donate $50 worth of toys and a half-dollar-sized dent if you donate $100 worth of unwrapped toys. For the larger dents, they'll determine the gift value. And, of course, donations are also greatly appreciated. They'll have car show prizes and giveaways. There'll be a 50-50 drawing with proceeds donated to Friends with Kids with Cancer. They'll have a category prize for best paint job, best interior, best presentation, best engine bay, the farthest you traveled to get to the show. So bring at least $50 worth of unwrapped toys for kids and enter your car in the show to try to win prizes. It'll be a fun time, and you'll get that dent repaired on your car. It's happening June 30th at Dents Express on Manchester. Of course, Dents Express is where you go to get those minor dings and dents removed from your car. They also do a lot of hail damage repair and cosmetic wheel repair. And, of course, those 2 locations, one in Manchester, West County, and one in St. Charles. If your car is a dimpled mess, go to Dents Express and go and have fun with this toy drive in July. Go see Gray. It'll make your day.
Jackson, could you tell the people about the Wolfpack?
Absolutely. I want to talk to you about Trish Wolf and Paul Rose with the Wolfpack powered by Worth Clark.
Do it!
Buying or selling a house is a big moment in people's lives, and everyone wants a realtor that they can trust and someone they can communicate with at any time. Over at the Wolfpack, there are no banker's hours. They are available day and night to answer any question you may have. Now, you may be like me, maybe a few years away from buying your first house. So it's important you build trust, get a feel for what's out there, and the Wolfpack is ready and available to help you out. It's never too early to start looking, and you want the Wolfpack in your corner. They advocate for each and every client and guard their bottom line, whether buying or selling your home. Paul Rose, longtime listener to TMA, great guy, and understands what our listeners want and need out of a real estate agent. Trish Wolf has just started. She's getting into the show. She likes it. She's getting with the program. She enjoys it. I've met her. She's the exact kind of person you want, helping you with your buying or selling process. She'll make it as stress-free as possible. Don't just take it from me. The Wolfpack is consistently named Best of Zillow and ranks top 5% nationwide. wide. Paul Rose takes care of all your buying and selling needs here in the St. Louis metro area, and the rest of the pack has you covered in St. Charles, Jefferson, and Lincoln counties, all the way to the Ozarks. So head to their website and learn more about the Wolf Pack top producing realty group can do for you. That's TrishWolf.com. Again, that's TrishWolf.com.
There it is, the Wolf Pack, a new sponsor here also on TMA. You are welcome to get involved by emailing in for our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day, which comes your way at 9:45 in our Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. Send them in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It's coming up here in the Maggie O'Brien's 9 o'clock hour. We close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Get the TMA mobile app and enable notifications so you don't miss a thing. See our content on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Stream us on the TMA mobile app and at TMASTL.com.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan for Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling. I am a very happy client. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling, and Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff, which you can find online at designairservice.com. Just go to the website, click on the Book Now tab, and any issues you may be having with your HVAC system, they will take care of immediately. The customer service, second to none. It's Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling online at designairservice.com. This is Tim McKernan. I'd like to tell you about a company I started just a couple of years ago, and they still own. And it's called Sound Story. It's essentially a 1-hour interview that we do either in person or via Zoom with mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They come in and they tell their stories, education, growing up, and of course, family stories, the wisdom that they can share with their loved ones for generations to come. It's an audio heirloom. It's Sound Story. To learn more, go to mysoundstory.com.
Doug Vaughn here, along with the home loan expert, Ryan Kelly. Ryan, I know you have been a longtime supporter of the military and trying to make things easier for them and more affordable for them to buy a new home. How's that going?
It's going really well. You know, I grew up in a family full of military. You know, my father, his brothers, I can keep going, but a lot of military in my family. I unfortunately did not serve. In my early 20s, I was doing other things, selling homes and getting into the mortgage industry. But then we sat back about 10 years ago and I said, what can we do to really help our brave service members and their family, our retired veterans, active service? What can we do? We can make the VA loan a lot better because the VA loan is one of the best benefits of being in the military. But the problem is nobody good was doing them. No one really cared about them. These banks were taking months to close them. We've changed the game on that. In fact, we close VA loans in 21 days or less. I personally pay for your appraisal and we can help you with all the VA paperwork. If you're VA eligible, let's talk about a refinance. Got questions about the VA loan? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit HeroLoan.com. That's HeroLoan.com, the only way to VA.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, Tim, so we sold out the golf tournament in 3 minutes, right?
Yeah, real passionate audience.
So let's do a trivia night and charge like $85 a person?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, for sure.
Yep, $85. That's the ticket.
You've just heard the stupidest conversation ever. We didn't sell this one out in 3 minutes or even 3 weeks. So here's the new deal. Get single tickets to TMA Trivia Night for $50 or $400 for a table of 8. Hosted by TMA, and it's all about TMA and St. Louis sports. July 23rd at St. Gabriel's. $50 get you beer from Urban Chestnut, food from Salt and Smoke, late night food from Uncle Leo's Pizza, and a whole bunch of trivia. This isn't some weirdo porn star thing. It's just just a bunch of food and a bunch of drinks and some sports trivia, so bring the wife. And it's happening at a Catholic grade school. Come on, man. A portion of the proceeds benefit Friends of Kids with Cancer. $50 while supplies last. Find out more at tmastl.com.
Remember how life used to be exciting and hold promise for all the good things to come?
I used to work with a pastry chef from Bombay. His name was Mesfin.
Remember waking up on Christmas morning and believing in something?
Now, how that will happen, we haven't yet worked out, but I do believe in it.
Well, that's all gone.
In the air, left field, and gone.
Best you can hope for now is a glass of bourbon and a plate full of ribs to distract you from your impending mortality.
I could use some of that pork, pig boy.
Don't fight it. Salt and smoke.
Here's Action Jackson with 3 more ways to get TMA content.
Watch TMA on YouTube. Click the bell to subscribe. Download the podcast. Find it at tmastl.com or wherever you podcast. And check us out on TikTok at TMASTL.
Thanks, Jackson. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 FM HD2.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
I mean, what the hell is going on?
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
My tongue,
How about this?
My
I'm
tongue
back.
is in. Oh my God, you're right. What the hell happened here?
Is that you?
Uh-oh.
For all these years, and I hope you're feeling better.
Nice.
Yes, I hope you're feeling good, and I hope you're feeling better. Is that you? Look across the ocean.
So good.
Is that you? Thinking there's another.
I can't tell who's Santana. and
Is
who's
that
Iggy.
you? Waiting for the sunshine. Is that you? Well, it's his birthday today, 75 years old.
75 bills.
Oh.
We got a while for the guitar solo, but. And I hope you're feeling good.
So good.
And I hope you're feeling better. Now it's coming.
Oh, it's coming.
75, Santana today.
Don't play air guitar. You're not playing like him. Don't do it. Don't do that with your left hand. You're not playing like he
And I
is.
went to the concert. Not according to Cindy, but I went to the concert.
Don't do that with your left hand. You're not doing the fingering.
In my top 5 of all time, Doug.
Okay. You keep a lot of lists, do you?
How good is this?
No, you're dancing and gyrating in the chair. Now stop it. Okay, you don't have to strain to hit the note. You're not the one playing it. I think stop with the left hand.
Is that you? Old Santana, too.
Okay.
And I hope you're feeling better.
All right, Doug, you get the idea, don't you?
Okay, yeah. There are
And
plenty.
I hope you're feeling good.
Guys, did Iggy finally get reprimanded for unapproved vacation time during the show? That's from the 5-7.
No, he was outside and actually wanted to sing this.
No, I said Santana's birthday today, so if you could play this song, and I'm going to come up and actually sing.
Oh.
And I saw 2 salespeople in the office, and they walked by and they said, "Red light's not on. What are you doing in here?" John Doe.
Man, I don't know if it's my Twitter thread, but everybody talk about Hendrik Stenson.
Yeah, he's going there.
Yeah.
Henrik Stenson has been removed as the Ryder Cup captain. Ryder Cup Europe today confirms that Henrik Stenson's tenure as captain of the Team Europe for the 2023 Ryder Cup at Marco Simone Golf and Country Club in Rome from September 25th through October 1st, 2023 has been brought to an end with immediate effect.
So I'll wrap it up. Okay.
Look, when people stop taking job offers that are 3 times as much more than what you're currently making, then you can sit on your pedestal and be all high and mighty.
I agree.
Well, those are two things the LIV players said they would miss by doing that, would be majors and the Ryder Cup.
I'm surprised he took the captaincy in March and just dipped now. I think that's surprising. You don't fault anybody for making a living, and it's just ridiculous.
If they have this unlimited pot of money, they have the potential to just completely take down the PGA Tour.
And I think they're on that track. I mean, you're not going to get JT, you're not going to get McIlroy, you're not going to get Rahm. I mean, those guys are embedded. What they have said about the PGA Tour and LIV, there's no way they can backtrack. So, I mean, PGA will be fine.
They could backtrack if someone said, "How about 150 million?"
Cam
okay,
Smith,
never mind what I said earlier.
If Cam Smith gets offered 120 million, you got to take it.
Sure.
Got to take it. I just don't know. You can't justify legacy when it comes to 120.
No.
I just can't.
Well, like if DJ's getting 150 and Cam Smith is number 2 in the world.
Yeah, I think he was offered 90 before the British Open. DJ's more of a name brand, kind of a face.
Mm-hmm.
But Cam has personality too, which I think LIV kind of need. They have P. Reed and Pat Perez. You need a little bit more fun personality.
Well, Pat Perez is one of the best personalities out there.
He's great.
If they were to succeed in getting like half or 2/3 of the big name players, I don't know how the PGA Tour could bill itself as the best golf in the world anymore.
Surprised they haven't gone after Daly yet.
Yeah.
Man, that's a good one, Jackson.
Yes, because he would go in a second.
Right. I saw Daly do like an interview or some video, and they were like, made a joke about him not making cuts, and he's like, "Yeah, I don't work on weekends."
Dude, there was a video, I don't know how recent it was, but it was posted last week of him. He was in like just shorts, a cutoff shirt, banging a heater with his hat backwards, and he drove it from a parking lot like over a highway into a football stadium.
He could almost have his own tour or own show. Let's see what John Daly's doing this weekend.
Have a camera guy just follow out and document everything. Absolutely.
I wonder if LIV would let him take a cart.
Yeah,
He wouldn't play.
I can imagine the answer is yes.
I think they would be all on board with him.
Does anybody really care if they walk or ride a cart?
Well,
what about long pants? Do you like long pants?
Wear what you want. I don't care.
That's the weirdest rule in maybe sports to me, is that they make the golfers wear long pants.
Yeah, I'm not
Purvis
sure.
Parrish apparently has inside word, Doug. He says Cam already signed before last week, cost himself millions by winning. He will stay through the FedEx Cup, collect his extra 10 to 15 million, and then leave after the Cup.
I bet you there's
From Purvis Parrish.
That's not bad. A lot of players probably will leave, in that off season. You could maybe see that.
Well, I think he said that, and I think he said, I won, and I'm looking forward to the FedEx Cup.
Oh, man.
So he'll play through that, yeah.
But he didn't say he's going to live.
No, he didn't. But
that's what Purvis Parrish is reporting.
He said he's already signed with LIV.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then he's not playing the FedEx Cup if the PGA Tour knows he already signed with LIV.
If they can get Cam Smith and Cam Young, that would be unreal.
Cam Newton would be another nice pickup.
I know they're both Cam.
Cammy Nunu.
Yeah.
Then again, Purvis may be right, because I think you have to tee it up. You can say I'm going, but until you actually tee it up in the very first hole, the PGA Tour can't do anything.
Purvis Parrish says he did not say that.
I just heard the text. I don't know what.
Huh? What in the world's going on here?
Well, he said he didn't say that. Didn't Tim say, according to Purvis Parrish, he's already signed, but he's waiting until the FedEx Cup?
Yeah.
Purvis Parrish wrote, Cam already signed before last week, cost himself millions by winning. He will stay through FedEx Cup, collect his extra 10 to 15 million, and then leave after the Cup. And then he wrote, he did not say that.
Okay.
That's what you just said.
What was
Who said what now?
Wasn't that in reference to what you said about he's like excited to play the FedEx Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, you both.
But he just said he didn't say that. Yes, he did.
Somebody's got to tee it up.
Somewhere in an interview, he did. He said that I'm looking forward to.
No,
the FedEx
Iggy,
Cup
you
coming
both are saying the same thing. You both are correct.
But he didn't cost himself money by winning. You think if he finished second in the British Open, he wasn't going to play the FedEx Cup?
No, here's what he means.
Thank you, Tim.
That had he waited to sign, if he in fact signed, which is what Purvis Parrish is reporting, that he would have more leverage in his negotiations as an Open winner and a major winner than signing before he won the
Now
Open.
I get it.
Yeah, would have went
That's not
probably
what
to
he said,
90 to 100 million. Maybe 10 or 15 million bump.
You needed more precise there.
Purvis
How it
Parrish has issued another statement.
How it cost him millions.
Stop issuing statements and communiques.
Leave after President's Cup. He did not say what Ken said.
Look, if he's
go
gone,
search.
he's gone. At this point.
Go search. I read like 9 articles by him, and one said he's looking forward to the FedEx Cup.
talks are Matsuyama.
So I agree with you.
And get
When you say it
Matsuyama,
cost him
Cam
money
Smith.
by winning,
Charles Barkley.
which he could have waited and then signed and probably gotten more money. But now he can still, unsign. Say, I don't want to play. More
I'm
money.
not sure you can unsign. Once you sign a contract, I don't think you can unsign it. I guess you can try to get out of it. Probably cost you some money to do that.
And you know for a fact he already signed. You don't know that either, so.
No, I don't know that.
No, I'm talking
Tervis Parrish
I'm talking
knows
to Purvis Green.
Cam Newton was involved
So
at
if
some
Liv,
point.
if Liv spends $2 billion, did they dismantle the PGA Tour completely?
They've already spent $2 billion, I think.
Oh, not even close. No way.
Well,
No
they
way.
spent about $1 billion on about 5 golfers.
I wouldn't think they'd ever just dismantle the PGA Tour. There's a lot of jobs at stake there from people that
I didn't mean. I
not going
meant
to want that
just
to go away.
Maybe PGA turns to like the second tier tour.
That's possible. It could.
No, not playing 8 events. If they get
Well,
up
they're
to,
playing
if they
14 next year, right?
If they can get up to 15 or 20 events and it's still around and they're playing 20 events and they're going up against the PGA's big events.
Isn't part of the allure of this is that these players are making so much money they don't have to play every weekend now.
And 54 holes, shotgun start.
They
Love
play
all of that.
play half as much and make twice as much money.
Yeah, the
Or
shotgun
sometimes
start.
10 times as much money.
And guaranteed money, too.
Yeah.
Like the roster for Liv doesn't look as bad now as what it did a few months ago. If you actually look at like who's playing each week.
If you listen to Greg Norman and he talks about, I think it'd be great if a guy ranked 500th in the world won an event. That's what we're all about. That's where Chris Nagel sends a letter to Greg Norman.
Oh, what's he say?
If what you're looking for is good stories, 39, 3 kids, been bopping out here forever trying to make it. I'm finally trying to play some good golf on Monday qualifier, and I'm a great story. I'm perfect for Liv. Bang.
Now, Tim, realistically, if there, let's say he finishes in the top 3 at the 3M.
Who are we talking about now, sir?
Nagel.
Nagel.
So he's done a lot of Monday qual. Great story. Is there any possibility of him? Because Liv Tour has a bunch of random no-name guys. I don't know what the process is and how you
but
get
the random no-name guys are about 15 years younger.
That's true. Yeah, true.
Or in some cases, I suppose, almost 20 years younger because they're coming right out of college and they're just trying to pick them off. But Chris said on our show he would go.
Yeah.
I mean, if that guy, especially in that opportunity, to play
I
golf,
think certainly a lot of this is Monday morning quarterbacking. And here's the thing. I still am not sold on Live Golf. I think they have the potential to do it. They're lacking leadership. Greg Norman is, I don't even know if I'd say if you want him to be the face because I don't think he's a good face.
Got decent shirts.
He does have some nice
I
shirts.
saw those at Steinmart.
But
he sells Greg Norman golf shirts at Steinmart.
But as far as a business model, there's throwing money and they're getting people in, but the product isn't compelling. They could beat the PGA Tour. From the PGA Tour standpoint, in my opinion, the method that they took to try to eradicate the threat to their monopoly was the Saudi thing, and it just didn't resonate. And then I thought, and maybe the families of 9/11 went to the event on their own. Maybe they did that. I don't know. In my opinion, I thought that was something that the PGA Tour played a role in bringing them there, because that is all they have had on this, is to keep trying to get it in the American public's minds that this is a Saudi-backed event. And then people point out, well, Saudi Arabia's money is all over American commerce, global commerce. So, and then you also put it in the eyes, especially at this particular moment where people are paying what they're paying for gas, and you have inflation where it is, and this is different than Major League Baseball. This is different than the NBA, even the NFL, where money isn't guaranteed. But at least in those first two, you do have guaranteed deals. These guys are independent contractors. And you might go, well, that's the allure of professional golf, is that you might show up and not win $1. Or if you miss a putt, it could cost you $400,000. And I understand that. And that is the allure for the viewer. But for the people actually participating, and you're not Justin Thomas or Rory McIlroy or Tiger Woods, obviously, then you're not necessarily wealthy, as weird as that might sound. Now, it's the tough thing and this is the thing that
Adam Long was listening when I was talking about this on 101, and he texted me. He goes, that's a really good summation of it. And what he meant by that was it's very difficult for golfers to take the line that I sometimes talk about with this thing, which is we don't make as much money as people think we make. People think that everybody on the PGA Tour is a multimillionaire, and that's not real. Certainly there are guys who are have hundreds of millions of dollars, but a guy like Adam doesn't, and Nagel's grinding, and he finished, top, I don't know what he wound up finishing in the U.S. Open, and he won, I think, $50,000. And yes, okay, $50,000 for a weekend of playing golf. That's lovely. Let's do the math. Right away, Wellington's getting 5 of that. Good for Wellington. So now we're at 45. There are expenses associated with it. I would imagine
Taxes.
that's where I was about to go, is the taxes. So now we're at 45, and whatever rate you would want to say, he's netting 35 to 30. I know he had some sponsorships on it. The point being, that was doing what he did at the U.S. Open. And I realize Chris isn't on the tour, but the point being is that it's tough for people, it's tough for professional golfers who are conscious of their image. Pat Perez was one of the guys who was outspoken all the time about stuff. To go out while people are living paycheck to paycheck and try to state their case, not ask for sympathy, because there's a difference between stating your case and asking for sympathy. When you're playing golf and you're still making a very nice living relative to the average American, but the whole point on it is the principle. That's why these guys are leaving, is because of the money. But the money is not the defining element of it. It's that it is guaranteed money. That's the difference. That's the difference. And listen, I don't blame the average person for not knowing that. Why would you know? Because again, you have to tend to your own work and your own family and your own situation and your own hobbies. But if you want to have a discussion about it, I feel like the core issue is the independent contractor element of it. And if you know that you are going to go make, let's say it's $5 million, forget about the big numbers for a Dustin Johnson or a Bryson or a Mickelson or a Koepka, whomever, Barkley, Faraday. If you're a guy who is a talented player, one of the best players in the world, and by that I mean a top 500 player in the world, and I think a lot of people would say Chris Nagel might fall into that category, and you're 39, I don't think anybody would fault him for doing that, whether the money comes for Saudi Arabia or not. I shouldn't say anybody. Very few people are going to fault him for doing that, and I think the PGA Tour's strategy was to not work on this on the front end, but to rather paint it as you are being disloyal to your country by taking Saudi money, and that message didn't resonate with people because people thought to themselves, God, if I could make 5 times what I'm currently making and work less, I'm going to do it. So I'm not going to fault other people for doing that. So I think that's essentially what the PGA Tour's miscalculation was on this thing. And they also tried to paint Mickelson into this, criminal for doing what he was doing. And then that didn't resonate. He was cheered at Brookline at the U.S. Open.
Yeah, if you look at, let's go down. If a regular field event that lets everybody in, a full field event is usually about 156 players. All right, if you go to 156 on a money list, and a guy who's popped up a few times, Michael Glick, $533,000. What do you think he would make if he played every event and got paid for the weeks he missed?
Well, you make 120 immediately, so
I'm not talking about live. The PGA Tour's not going to pay $120,000 for last place.
Well, that's why they're going to be screwed. I mean, and they can't. You can't go back with the PGA Tour and go to live and be like, hey, let's have an agreement, because the PGA Tour has dug in on this Saudi-backed league, banning players, going into lawsuits with players about majors, and they're in too deep at this point. And I think they played their hand way too fast and way too aggressive. Now there's no backtracking for them. You just gotta, compete against them and try. And there's no way they're gonna want to pay each player $80,000 to $100,000, but that's the only way.
No, but
that's the only way.
Michael Glick, who, let's just say, I would guess he's probably made half his cuts. If he's 156, 13, let's just say played 26 events. He's missed 13 cuts. Even if you paid last place $20,000, that's $260,000 more by having guaranteed money, which isn't $1 million or $10 million like the live, but you know, if you told Gillick, yeah, I just made another $260,000 by not missing a cut.
Well, the PGA Tour bashing people for taking the money, but their counter to the LIV was adding more events for higher value of money. So, like, obviously you know money's the motivating factor, but that's only for the top 50 players. So even their ideas of trying to compete with LIV, you're still excluding, you know, outside of the top 50 players, especially the younger guys. I don't get it.
Your thoughts are welcome. 314-881-TMA5. Engineer Design Facilities text inbox, or you can call it. And Steve Schmidt, Kia of North County, phone line 636-9004-TMA. We would like to talk about renewal by Andersen. Renewal by Andersen. St. Louis is the replacement division of a 119-year-old Andersen window company, so they know what they are doing, and they lead the industry. You cannot purchase Renewal by Andersen windows anywhere except through rbastl.com. And this deal that is specific for our TMA listeners right now for the month of July. Buy any window or door, and then you get the next 40% off plus an additional $250 off your entire project with no deposit, 0 interest, and no payments for 18 months. So here's what you do. Dial pound 250 from your mobile phone and say Windows when prompted to get more information or to schedule a free no-obligation appointment. That is dial pound 250 from your mobile phone and say Windows when prompted to get more information or to schedule a free no-obligation appointment. I visited Renewal by Andersen, an incredibly impressive company, and here's what they do. Unlike most replacement window companies, Renewal has 9 exterior color options and natural wood-looking finishes, so you can match your home's siding or brick. It's the nation's best warranty, free, no-obligation design consultations. Call now from your mobile phone, pound 250, and just say Windows, or go to rbastl.com. And while you're there, you should probably think about it.
Think about that, yeah.
If you could. Balloon Party's coming up next. There is a request from somebody in the text inbox for Stephen Wildwood to leave more mic drops.
Oh. Yeah.
So, Steve, I don't know if you want to do that. Jackson did, and then we had Janet. She was back again yesterday, and she is not on board with Juan Soto.
I got to cut that for a drop.
She is not on board with Juan Soto, and she is not on board with John Mozeliak.
Yeah, I got to cut that for a drop. I'll have it for you tomorrow, Plowsy. It's such a funny drop.
Why is everybody so down on Juan Soto? I'm
everybody's
being honest,
down on
and
him.
I don't want to go down, you know, a path, but like, I can't pinpoint why people don't want him. I just don't get it. This is a player that comes around in terms of a trade and the ability to make this trade maybe once 25, 30 years.
I would say if I could categorize the reasons that I see, whether it be text or just on Twitter or whatever, it's they need starting pitching more. They don't want to give up all the prospects, and they think Soto, like they don't want to pay Soto all that money. Those would be the top 3 reasons I see.
Yeah. And people tend to fall in love with their own players, too. At least Cardinal fans do.
Yeah, Harrison Bader is apparently untouchable in a Juan Soto trade.
People
How
love
the
it.
hell did that ever come out of people's mouths that anything is untouchable in that outfield?
I don't know that people think that those guys are untouchable. I think it's the reasons that Jackson just gave.
The main one I see is that they need starting pitching more, but again,
with respect to that one, I got two that I see that are kind of I don't understand. You talk about Saudi Arabia and sports washing. Cardinals fans have been DeWitt washed. He's hitting 251. Okay, cutting edge analysis. I mean, really tight, really neat. Let's sit down and do some NPR together. Take a look at his career statistics, and also take a look at the fact that he's leading the league in walks, and he is surrounded by the butt-ass kingdom of baseball right now lineup. And so guess what? Other pitchers are not pitching to Juan Soto. So he's probably reaching for pitches outside of the zone because he'd like to hit while he's bored out of his mind for the next few months. So in the meantime, he's walking more than anybody in baseball in a crap lineup. But he hit over 300 a couple of times, if I'm not mistaken, and he hits around 30 home runs. But either way, and then also that we need pitching. Well, it's fine. Guess what? You can do both.
Right.
It is something that is possible.
You can make more than one trade. I don't think you're limited to one trade in the...
The Cardinals in 2009 got DeRosa, Holiday, and Smoltz. So, you know,
Things can happen. I get what I'm saying by the DeWitt washing, and again, whenever Bill DeWitt is no longer the chairman of the Cardinals, I believe he will be looked at. Doug, I think you share this opinion with me as one of the most successful owners in the history of St. Louis sports.
Yeah, who could top what they've done?
I have no idea.
No one's
so
close.
It's a weird thing that he is like, but either way, I'm using the term that now Cardinal fans' expectations have been pulled back so much that it's that you go, well, they can't do this and they can't do this. You can't trade the prospects. And many years I would get, if this were 2016 or 17, I'd say, yeah, I wouldn't mess with Juan Soto. But you have all of these circumstances lining up that check all the boxes. It sure as hell is worth at least looking if it is possible. And like you guys said, if you can't re-sign him, then fine. You have him for 3 postseasons while Paul Goldschmidt's under contract, and 35, 36, and 37 while Nolan Arenado is under contract. And for this year, while you have Wainwright, Pujols, and Molina. And you have a division that is theirs to win. Even if they don't do a damn thing, they could still win the division, and they could still get in the playoffs even if they don't do a damn thing. Point being, you can knock in a 2-foot putt and get into the playoffs, but why not take a shot at winning the World Series and cap off this 20 years with these guys with a real chance at having a run? And it doesn't have to be Juan Soto. It does have to be something. And this is coming from a guy who wanted them to sell in 16, 17, and 18. So it's not like I'm always screaming about trading.
Well, it is possible that they are indeed trying very hard to get Juan Soto.
That's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about the fans. Like the fact that 30% of fans do not want Juan Soto if it means 3 prospects. That's really eye-opening to me.
Yeah.
And listen, and I don't disregard it as that's stupid. But what I'm saying is the mindset is, oh, it costs too many prospects or it'll cost too much money, and that has set a tone here because there has been a lack of trade deadline activity for the last 13 years that people are brainwashed into thinking that the Cardinals will not, which was 58% of the people, expect the Cardinals to be aggressive at the trade deadline. But if I would have asked that question in March for the Blues trade deadline, do you expect the Blues to be aggressive at the trade deadline? It would have been 90% yes. And that is the difference right now between the two organizations, which is why I think some fans in St. Louis are more comfortable emotionally investing in the Blues than the Cardinals, because they feel like the Blues reciprocate their emotional investment by a commitment to trying to win a championship. In some years you can't do it, but this is a year where you can, and this is a year where they should. And we'll see. We got 2 weeks until we find out.
My favorite part is, like, in 2017, the Cardinals, their top 2 prospects were Alex Reyes and Delvin Perez. Imagine you turning down a Juan Soto-style trade for those 2 guys, and you have Delvin Perez still in the minors and Alex Reyes recovering from his 4th injury in 4 years.
It doesn't seem like Perez is even in the picture anymore.
Yeah, these prospects do not pan out. Remember Ramsey, when he was drafted in the first round for Florida State, all the buzz? He's done nothing. Plummer. There are
but then there's Alcantara.
a dozen.
But then there's Alcantara, who's one of the best pitchers in baseball.
I think it was a fair trade for both parties, honestly. You got 2.5 years of Ozuna, 2 years of Ozuna. Alcantara was, we had depth in pitching at the time. Alcantara was 2 years away. I don't look at that.
It just
trade as
goes
a
to the
bad one.
point where you don't really know.
Carson Kelly was our 5th best. Luke Weaver, our 4th best in 2017. All 5 of those were apparently untouchable in 2017, but, look at where their careers are.
Yeah.
Prospects are a dime a dozen, man. You draft them every year. Juan Soto comes around once every 30 or 40 years. It's a no-brainer, and I know, Tim, you don't want to say it's stupid for 30% of people that don't want to. I think it's laughable, man. It's just, there's no common sense attached to that at all.
Well, it doesn't really matter what those fans think. It matters what the Cardinals think.
Mm-hmm.
And I would imagine that they are indeed talking to the Nationals about Soto. And the Nationals are asking a stupid return for Soto. I imagine that's what's going on.
As the Nationals should.
Right. And I think the Nationals are also attempting to package the Corbin contract in with
that
Soto.
Ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
Which is it's a hard sell. But
I don't think they're packaging those 2 in together.
Yeah, I disagree with that. And I thought we played sound, Jackson. Maybe it was just included in the sound. Do you guys get the sound that's sent from
I
the
don't.
gentleman?
No. I don't. Right?
Jackson, you get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like he sends, God, for real, 50, including, what's the guy, Frank Frangie show?
Freddie and Fitzsimmons.
Freddie and Fitzsimmons, that's it. And I'll listen to those in the morning when I get up, and they're sent, I guess, maybe to the 101 hosts and producers. And either Rosenthal or Olney or Passon were saying the odds of them including Corbin are low because they're both represented by Boris.
Right. Yeah, I heard that.
And I don't know if we played this on the air, and I'm just repeating it. I have no idea. But then if you only will deal with a team that will take Corbin, now you're limiting your pool of potential trade suitors.
Sure. I think in a perfect world they would package it, but I don't think they're like
right.
That's a must and must be to trade.
But
so
the
that
point
you
being
take
that there's
them.
some no trade protections for those guys, not absolute, but there is some.
Yeah.
Guys, the need for pitching is overstated, especially if they get Soto. They can hit their way to a division, and in
Yes.
the playoffs, Wainwright, Michaelis, and a knockout bullpen can win. The key will be hitting other really good pitching, and that is what they haven't done. When they face these good teams, they don't hit. But then what happens is you'll have people point out their numbers offensively, and I understand that the numbers offensively oftentimes do look good. But if you break those numbers down versus the three clown shows, the FCS teams in the Central, and you take that out of there, and then you go against the teams that they would face in the postseason, it drastically reduces those offensive statistics. So the offense situation is material to actually competing. And like you said, Doug, they very well may be doing it. There is no need to and I'm not attacking the organization. I'm not attacking fans because I understand where people are coming from. I'm just saying that if we were in a different market, the mindset on this, I think, would not be 30% would be hesitant to give up prospects, and that's what I mean by the DeWitt washing, even though it's not Bill DeWitt who has done this. But the fan base's expectations have been set so low that, I just don't get it. Meanwhile, to the Blues' credit, also, I guess it cuts against the Blues because when they do make an acquisition that wound up helping them, and they liked him so much that they signed him to a 4-year deal, and Nick Leddy, people were a little disappointed. If the Cardinals would do something that's the equivalent to Nick Leddy at the trade deadline, I think people around here would be excited because, as I said, 58% of fans who voted in that poll, and obviously not an exact science, and certainly the average Cardinal fan probably isn't following me on Twitter, but said they do not expect the Cardinals to do something aggressive at the trade deadline. Meanwhile, people do expect it of the Blues, so the expectations are set differently. Nice for the Cardinals that they aren't held to a high standard by a healthy percentage of the fan base.
And it may not take as much as you think, depending on what the other trade partners agree to.
Oh, I disagree on that.
Well,
I think it will
here's
be
my
the
reasoning.
kingsiest of kings' ransoms.
All right, well, here's my reasoning for that. If they ask for too much, you say, go ahead, keep him, and you're going to be paying $30 million in arbitration this year,
with Iggy, yep.
and he's going to be back on your team that you're going to suck. You're already 100 games out of first place. So if you want to pay a guy $30 million to help you, absolutely
If there's only one
not.
team suiting him, yes, I agree with you, but there's going to be so many people wanting him.
That's why I said, depending on what the trade partners is, we'll give you our top 5 prospects for him. If they all say that's too much, then they're going to have to go lower because they don't want to get stuck with him next year. I mean, he's probably going to get 30 in arbitration.
Another issue in this whole thing that people I would understand if you're not aware of is that the Nationals are up for sale, and the new owner doesn't want a great asset, but an asset that's not going to lead to winning because the team's so far from winning at this point on the books when you come in. So you want that off the books. So that's another reason for either trying to lock him up, which they tried and didn't get done, or getting him off the books because the team is up for sale, and now you would have that hanging over the head of the new ownership group. I'd like to tell the people about Stratum Structural Systems online at stratumrepair.com. Matt Ford and Brett Groman, if you're running into foundation peering needs right now with the weather the way it is, call 314-620-8153 and let them know that you are a TMA listener, and you get $100 off your repair project. Go to stratumrepair.com. It's Stratum Structural Systems. StratumRepair.com for waterproofing needs like sump pumps or foundation peering needs. It's Stratum Structural Systems online at StratumRepair.com. And fistful of bourbon. How do you do? There's a lot of common sense in Western wisdom, Doug, like don't squat with your spurs on and always drink upstream from the fan page. There's also some Western wisdom that's less common, like never steal from a bear what you can't make for yourself, or a twink doesn't know his worth until he's eye to eye with a rattlesnake holding a toad.
Oh, holding a toad?
Doug, I read what they put in the prompter.
Okay.
Pretty good.
I'm sure there's a good lesson in there somewhere, but there's one lesson that's perfectly clear. Fistful of Bourbon is an award-winning blend of 5 straight bourbons and as smooth as a banker on Friday. Get wise and pick up a bottle a day. Don't be a damn fool. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by William Grant & Sons in New York, New York. Think about that. What do you think now?
Oh, well, yeah, I think differently. Completely differently.
Smooth as a banker.
Yeah. Rattlesnake with a toad?
Yep. Hanging out.
Who writes his stuff?
Face to face with a twink.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't know how you'll act until you're face to face.
No.
Or you got the rattlesnake and the toad.
I don't get any of it, but then, good Lord, these olds.
Let's see what we got here. The great Larry Thornton says, what's the baseline, in your opinion, for Soto? Is Carlson, Walker, Liberatore, and a lower-level pitcher enough?
Nope.
I don't know. Honestly, my honest answer is I don't know. That's my...
I think that would be enough.
That'd be reasonable.
Oh, no, Mason Wynn's got to be in there. So it'll be Walker, Wynn, Liberatore, Carlson. I think that gets it done. And that's fair. Honestly, and you still have prospects who are on the team, prospects in Double and Triple A that you can, salvage. You got, drafts coming up that you can replenish. Hoarding 7 top 100 prospects just to tell people you have 7 top 100 prospects without utilizing them in some way, whether bringing them up, trading for a top caliber player.
But that's not what they're doing. They're not hoarding them just so they can say they have them. They have them so they can use them, just as they've done this year with guys like Carlson and Donovan and people like that.
We got to get to the designer heating and cooling email of the day. Tervis Parrish has issued one final statement, Doug. This is one final statement.
Okay.
Compiling my research, I will call in this week to explain to you why LIV is a different investment from other Saudi investments. The PGA Tour is a horribly run organization, but if people cannot see why LIV is bad and will ruin professional golf, you are dumber than Mr. Licks. It's from Tervis Parrish.
What a tease.
Okay.
You always bring people to your side by accusing them of being dumb or racist.
Right. Dumber even than Mr. Licks.
That's correct.
That's the standard that we're going by now.
Mr. Licks has gone dark here over the last couple days. I think Orson Wacko was offering to buy him out of the show like he did with Danny Padre.
I think
mistaken.
That's going on now? People are accepting money to never call in?
That's
a great deal.
Saudi model.
I think you have to take your
TMA
CDL.
washing.
Yeah, CDL license every couple of years. That's
Yeah.
sure he's there.
I could be bought out to never coming in again.
100%, bro.
You might take $50.
It wouldn't take that much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Tell me, Doug, why would you buy a fleshlight when you're a bottom and need a butt plug? Thanks, Hugh from Marlboro.
Hugh from Marlboro.
Am I in the filtered file or am I in the... No,
Oh, you're in the filtered file.
Dear Diary, as the temperature continues to reach new heights, I have to wonder, can an impish boy rise like a phoenix through the flames following heartache? Ever since Kevin moved out to follow the Lips Inc. reunion tour, I felt like I'm in a funk. The old pleasantries like smearing brown gravy on my boy chest or playing a round of muddy thumb pluggers just doesn't bring the same pleasure. But lo and behold, a new spark has ignited something deep in my sludge basin, and it feels so satisfying.
Oh.
Gwegawi?
What was that?
Gwegawi came rambling across the shared activity yard of our Festus apartment complex, Shantytown. All 3 of his winking eyes were the deepest mahogany brown, and his fragrance of salt, cream, and Winston's reminded me of the days when I would let Jamavis and Kevin make clam chowder puddles on my lumbar region. Gwegawi wore a Lululemon merkin cap that said, "I'm not the stepdad, I'm the dad that stepped up."
Oh.
Can we sell those hats?
I'm the dad that stepped up.
His aura of responsibility and the way he secreted his loin mucus reminded me that I am still alive and still open for business. Tee-hee. This is his custom in Festus. We open mouth-kissed when saying goodbye. And as he pulled his dentures out in preparation, I knew I had my mojo back. I've asked Gwegawi to bring a covered dish and his gimp to our annual block party. I'll report back and share all the dirty deeds. Until tomorrow, with love. That's from Shrimply Pibbles.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. Shrimply Pibbles.
Lulu Merkin.
Oh, my goodness. And finally, hey, guys, what are we talking about? Oh, Doug is doing that old my brain don't work like it used to thing where he fixates on a topic that only a burnt-out old queen like himself could care about and then critiques the thing for not being boring and stuck in the past enough for his liking and is letting MLB have it for miking up a pitcher as he delivered some of the most meaningless pitches thrown in what is quite possibly the most meaningless game of sport in the entire calendar year.
No.
Well, that's cool, but that topless fishing she-hoosier I like to watch gut bottom feeders on YouTube started promoting Manscaped. What's that, Plowsy?
Speaking of Manscaped and butt shrubs and that touching tale of a poor young woman whose right to use an unmolested toilet at her place of employment you stole when you decided to soil the de facto women's room with that toxic tummy sludge you whipped up after treating your gullet like a carnival trash can yesterday at work while assisting a paying customer. You pissed yourself a nice amount. Well, that's cool. Good, buddy. But I think it's time for another episode of on Ken can't keep track of his life and how the stories he tells all fit together, but he's still pretty sure what he's saying isn't a lie, so he spends way more time and energy than is wanted by anyone trying to explain away the gaps in his timelines with completely asinine qualifiers about the statements he definitively made mere hours ago. On today's episode, I'd like to explain that when I said I went to spring break in 1977, I definitely did not mean I went to the annual springtime gathering of college youth that takes place across the southern beaches of the United States. And I actually meant that me and a couple of my loser friends drove to Florida in the middle of winter to hit on high schoolers visiting in off-season with their parents. If you didn't understand that, that's on you. Anyway, I gotta go. There's a beginners tournament about to start on a children's game where golf balls have wings.
God, this has got to be tension.
And I have a good showing in it. I could win upwards of 30,000 coins that have literally zero value whatsoever. That's from Timmy Tom Tom.
Oh, Timmy
and that
Tom
is what we
Tom.
have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Show me what you got,
Yeah.
little mama. Show me what you got, little lady. Show me what you got. Show
That was no good there at the end. I'm going to go with Shrimply Pibbles. Shrimply Pibbles.
Not only is he funny, but I like the names he uses. I'm a big fan of DeKevin.
DeKevin.
So I'm going to go with Shrimply Pibbles.
Shrimply Pibbles is just shipped. The Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. What a win for Shrimply Pibbles.
Leader in the clubhouse.
Take the lead.
Yeah, he just took the lead.
Oh, did he take the lead?
He's got 2. That's all it takes.
Okay. That could win it.
That could win it. Could win the whole thing. Jackson and I are going to go head down the hallway for balloon party.
Come and get your whooping.
You can leave a mic drop like Stephen Wildwood has now done, and Janet is done. You can also text in 65780. Pepper and Jeannie's coming up. What do you guys got going on today?
No clue.
Well, come
We
up
don't
with
know,
something.
we don't care, but it'll be fire.
There you go.
Okay.
Then we'll have a sound story following that. If you're interested in sound story for your family, mysoundstory.com is where you can get that taken care of for the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After on 105.7 HD2 FM, TMASTL.com, and YouTube.com/TMASTL from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
KPNT FM HD2,